What you're about to listen to is part of the Podgods Network. If you go to podgodsnetwork.com, you'll find other great shows there too. If you have a problem with this or any other show, please write it in an email. And go fuck yourself. Have a nice day!
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
But more of the R-rated film that most other people do. There's some salty language in it and shit like that.
We work very well together, okay?
But gruesome doosome!
Gruesome doosome!
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
These guys are 11.
I'm here for the gangbang.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Inconceivable!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Set no substitutes.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Salty Language, episode 155.
Sign of the Beast?
No, I don't think so. I think
some beast.
We're a couple off of that.
That's true. Got a ways to go.
Yeah, true enough, sir. True enough. I am the velvet voice Brian.
Velvet.
To my right, the sultry sounds of Tony.
Oh my.
That's right, fellas.
Yeah, that's right. Back off. I'm taken. Or something.
That's not true. You have room in your life for a guy.
We have a big basement.
Into
the coal bin.
It's funny because at your place, it isn't the basement that would scare me as much as it's the house behind the house.
The little weird house.
The rape hut.
Rape hut?
Yeah.
It's the worst place to get pizza.
Yeah. Why would you expect to get pizza at Rape Hut?
That's true.
I mean, I think you're probably setting yourself up for a bad night if you're going to Rape Hut.
A bad raping?
Yeah, if you're going to Rape Hut expecting anything other than...
But they have good breadsticks.
Do you get them before or after the rape?
It's hard to say.
Unlimited rape with breadstick order.
Unlimited rape?
That's horrible.
Oh, God.
Damn it, I kind of want to name the show Unlimited Rape, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think that'll go over too well.
No, probably not.
Maybe slightly limited rape.
Probably not.
All right,
that's
fair
probably
enough.
a bad... I think the word rape is the word of the problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was unlimited.
No.
Like the endless amount of raping.
Endless, yeah, no. No, it's not like, appetizers at TGA Fridays now.
What, endless apps?
Yeah, it's like $10. You pick one app and it's endless.
That seems like a good way to die.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm figuring some point I need to go there and just be like, bring me all the cheese sticks. And I'm going to see how many it takes to kill me.
Well, I don't even know what Applebee's has on their menu.
No, TGI Fridays.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah.
I was thinking about a big party at the Bees.
They probably got potato skins because Guy Fieri reps for them.
That's true. Fucking donkey sauce or whatever, right?
Probably.
Let's see here. Oh, what? How about this? Can you get the Fridays pick 3 for all? Is that unlimited?
No.
That'd be badass.
Pretty sure it's not.
Buffalo wings,
I think
nachos,
you just pick one thing.
Pot stickers. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot on the...
Yeah.
Nothing's calling to me here.
Do they still have cheese sticks?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I need.
Fried mozzarella.
That's all I need. So, when you see me put up on Twitter that I'm at TGI Fridays getting all I can eat cheese sticks, it's over.
Well,
that's me officially throwing the towel in.
There is wings on their app menu. All I can eat wings? That'd be a down for that.
$10?
That's not bad.
Yeah?
I could do some damage.
That's weird. You wouldn't think they would include wings in that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, you know what?
If it's all the apps, though.
That's what I thought. I don't know. You're on their website, right?
I just Googled it, and Google's so amazing. Because it's like, here's your menu. Just click on what you want.
Uh-huh.
So good.
Right. So, yeah. Like
I'm not even on their website. Fuck their website. I'm on Google. Google gets my traffic here.
That's just, like I said, that'll be the way you can tell that I'm officially done.
Just all the cheese sticks?
Yeah, when I'm just like, I just show up and I'm like, listen, here's what's going to happen. Call an ambulance, and because that's how I'm leaving.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
My arteries will be cheese stick.
Yeah, there's too much blood in his artery stream
Yeah.
here.
No,
Artery stream, cheese stream.
That's marinara.
Can't talk. Oh, nice.
There's no blood left, man. I had that shit drained. Make room for dipping sauce.
Yeah, I can't get... They have unlimited apps for $10 of one. That's just...
You pick one, yeah.
That's very American.
Right?
Yeah. Good Lord.
It's a terrible
I
idea.
kind of want to go and just sit at the bar for like
And watch me
6 hours.
And watch me just pound mozzarella sticks until I keel over.
Yes.
Yeah. Live casting it, of course.
Well, of course.
I won't be doing anything but eating. You know?
Right.
Maybe I'll say something once in a while. Because I'm sure at certain points I'll have to, take a break.
Nah.
No? I gotta piss once in a while.
Here. Oh, I got it. GoPro strikes again. Go to the bar. I get one of those little like mini tripods, right? Set the thing up on the thing, facing us because it's got the wide angle shot, and then it's just time lapse of us smashing. You get mozzarella sticks, I'll get wings. We can trade the break.
No. Because if I'm doing it until I die, all mozzarella sticks.
Well, if you want to throw a little buffalo chicken in there every once in a while,
maybe.
but just dominating apps and wings,
Yeah.
and then just time lapse
That seems like the worst
of
thing
us
to watch.
killing ourselves.
Yeah. Time lapse there, and then there's like just a black space for a little while,
And
and
it's
then
just
it's
a tombstone.
Oh, I was going to
Oh.
say hospital room, but yeah. Naturally, the blooper reel will have all the backless gown, shots.
Well, of course.
Of course, I'll be wearing mine the other way, but
Well, naturally. Gotta let it breathe.
yeah.
Jeez.
It made me laugh when I went in for my MRI. Oh, the woman, like, you go into these like booths where you're able to like strip down to your nethers and what
Right.
have you. And she's like, oh, she's like, here's 2 gowns. She's like, put one on this way and then put the other one on like a robe. And I'm like, do people really need to be told this? Like, you can't figure out, oh, they brought me 2 and you put them
Yeah.
both on the same way.
Like, now I'm double layered and
Yeah.
my dick's out. This is perfect.
And or my ass. You know?
Yes.
I mean, depending on how you've tucked and are walking, I guess.
Tucked and stuff.
Yeah. I was like, I'm wearing like gym shorts. Can I just, because never nude. And
Naturally.
and she was like, you don't even need the gown then. And I was like, sweet. So I took the shorts off. And,
Well, you have to. Like, this isn't hot enough.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta make this sexy.
Right. Plus, I want to, rub my ass across the
Everything.
everything. Yeah. Oh, that was for my X-rays, not for my MRI. Sorry.
You come out like a dog of worms.
Yeah. Scooting my ass across the floor, or across the X-ray thing. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be.
It would be really funny if you put the shit on, and then you get in there and you just like open your robe like you're Ric Flair, spin around like woo, and just throw the robe on the ground. They're like, you didn't have to take that off.
Like,
Like,
but I did.
but I didn't have to keep it on, did I? Ladies. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. I don't know that I want them shooting X-rays in my junk.
No, probably not.
Yeah, they didn't even give me the fucking lead pad either.
But they hid behind 18 feet of concrete and lead
Kind of,
Yeah.
but not even really this time.
with like helmets on and shit.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad outfits.
maybe.
Like they're cooking meth,
Yeah.
but they're just zapping radiation
That's
through
just
you.
because I'm radioactive, though.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm electrifying, so
Well, true.
all the gadgetry was about ruined. But,
Yes. Call me Fukushima over here.
man, I don't know about that. Yikes.
It's the next big wrestler, Fukushima.
Yes. I'm just going to make that into a comic. Fuck that. It's going to just be a blatant Hulk ripoff.
I might make that in WWE 2014.
Ooh, yeah, because you can probably make a guy with, like, glowing skin
Yeah,
kind of
something.
a look. Yeah.
Fukushima.
Just give him all Yokozuna's moves.
Exactly.
Nice.
Have him glow.
Nice.
Just turn out the lights and he glows.
Instead of a bonsai drop, it'll just be called, like, the meltdown or something.
Boom!
Right?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
This is all coming together in a horrible, horrible way.
It's really not that horrible. But
Nah,
at this
you're
point
right.
last week, I believe we had already talked about some guy just like rocket diarrheaing himself.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
So,
I guess you're right. This isn't that bad.
yeah, we're pretty tame so far.
Yeah.
All we've talked about is killing ourselves with, horrible trans fats.
Don't forget the unlimited rape.
The unlimited rape. I did actually already forget.
Well, it's so standard. Unlimited apps and rape.
Yay! Well, if Guy Fieri's there.
That's true. Oh, God. Rape all sensibilities.
It's like I'm the mayor of Flavortown.
Yeah, are you?
That's off the chain. Or off the hook or whatever the fuck he says. I don't even care
I
anymore.
don't know. Ugh. Damn it, Guy Fieri. Him and his donkey sauce.
I don't know about calling it donkey sauce. That just sounds like what someone's wiping off their dick in Tijuana. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
After the donkey show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or wiping off the donkey's dick.
Or off the donkey's dick. Yeah, depending on how much you've paid.
Yes. Mesh.
So,
Yes.
after all of that,
Uh-huh.
how was your week?
Well, it was 4th of July weekend, Brian.
Yeah?
It was all right.
Yep. Still have all my fingers and toes.
Same here.
Because I stayed away from
Unlike a guy we'll talk about later, at least in my computer.
Nice.
Yeah. No, it was all right. We, we didn't really go to see fireworks or anything. Went canoeing. That was fun for a day.
That's weird. Uh-huh.
Well, it was like we always talked about it, and the river raisin that runs through Michigan.
Yeah.
They have a thing like 50 minutes away from our house. It's like, fuck it. We went canoeing, and she's like, I love canoeing, until she got into canoeing. She's like, no, it's not canoeing, it's rowboating. I'm like, these are too squirrely. Because, you shift and they want to tip.
Yeah.
So she didn't have such a great time.
I understand.
Leah was bored. Logan was like, I want to paddle. No, I'm sorry. There's only 2 paddles. I don't know. It was a good time. A couple hours down the river. I know for next time it's a 6-pack per boat, so that's 2 6-packs, my estimation.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good time.
Good to know.
Yeah. I think next time we do it, because the girls are going to go get pedicures, so I think Logan and I would go and rent a couple kayaks and do it again. And I'll bring beer this time instead of water and such.
Right. And you'll try to tip him over the whole time.
Absolutely.
Like, sorry,
although,
honey.
to be fair, he's pretty good at kayaking.
Oh, all right.
So,
well, you can, like, joust in him.
that's true.
Right?
I have brute strength on my side.
It's true, you do.
Yeah.
Just always remember, never be afraid to go for a headshot with the paddle.
Oh, for sure.
Slap!
Crack! Oh, sorry, son.
Turns around, and his nose is just a question
That's
mark
a
and
good
teeth
idea.
everywhere.
I need to get one of those little tiny squirt guns and just like put it in my wear cargo shorts that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it paddle by.
Yeah. Paddle by.
It's a great idea.
That sounds like a terrible plan.
Yes. Sounds like an S&M dungeon. Paddle by.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. So yeah, we did that.
Or the house behind your place.
Yeah.
If you don't want to call it the
Yeah,
rape
rape
hut.
hut.
Yeah.
What was it? Then the next day we went because our pals Don and Renee were like road tripping in Columbus and shit, and they were back and they're like, we want to do something for the 4th. You guys should come over and have a barbecue with us. Okay.
Fine.
So we went up there and barbecued, and Don and I ended up bar hopping through Delta, which going local here, guys. But for anyone who doesn't know, Delta is like a 1-stoplight town.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right. It's about half of it's about what half of Ohio is.
Yeah, just little towns, and there's 3 bars in the town, and he's never been to any of them because he's like, why would I go to a bar when I can drink cheaper at home? He's like, and if I go to a bar, odds are I'm drinking by myself, which just isn't fun.
That's not true. There's other people drinking there. You just go make friends.
But that's true. So
Just walk up to the first person you see, give him a real deep tongue kiss, and then maybe offer to buy him a pint. Maybe. Or offer to take him back to the rape hut.
The rape hut. That's a long drive from his place.
Well,
yeah. But so we started at one end of the town
paying for quality.
and went to the other end and did a milk run.
right.
Right? And the first place was the garage. Walk in, the place is dead, which is weird because it was Saturday night. We later found out that there was an event in another town that a bunch of people went to, and apparently a family in the area, an influential family at Delta,
I see.
has a big party that weekend every year, and a lot of people are there.
Oh, okay.
It's like, why the fuck aren't we there? You need to make friends in this town, Don.
Yeah. I was going to say it's because you're not important. That's
Right.
why.
But so walk into the first bar, no one's there,
Yeah.
and there's one beer on tap. Bud Light. I'm like, really?
Well, at least it was Bud Light.
They had a decent bottle selection.
I'm
though.
surprised it wasn't like, I don't know what. But yeah, Bud Light makes sense.
But so, walk in, and dude comes in from the outside. They have a pool table outside. He was outside shooting pool. He's like, oh, hey, guys, what can, Ended up being a really cool dude. We talked to him for a while.
Yeah.
Had a couple beers there.
Right.
Low-ass bill, which is my favorite because cheap.
Yep.
Went to the next bar. Dude walked into this place. This place is called the, it's not the Tavern on 109. It's right next to it. I don't remember what it's called.
The Tavern on 108?
Maybe. But walk in, it just smelled like mold.
Nice.
That was my first thing.
Nice.
And there was like 3 people there, and everyone just gave us the stink eye when we walked in.
Right.
They had,
we don't serve your kind.
That's what it
here.
kind of felt like. I'm like, It was just like a couple old guys and a real rickety old bartender, and
Now,
everyone gave us the stink eye.
When
like
you
I
went
said.
in, were you twisting your mustache?
I did have I was pre-trim mustache, so I had it kind of curled out.
Maybe they just thought you guys were villains.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Dastardly even.
Dastardly even, yeah.
No beer on tap. None. All they had is bottles.
Wow.
Yeah, and they even have great bottles. I ended up getting a Leinenkugel, which is like, eh.
Wow. I'm surprised they even had that.
And we had one beer left.
I'm surprised they weren't. You walk in and be like, everything's. Well, at least it wasn't like you walk in and they're like, you're like, oh, I'll take a bottle. You're like, no, cans.
Yeah, dude, it was not good. Well, you know, now that I think about it, we're halfway down for beer, and the rickety bartender, the old woman's like, we're wrapping up at 10. It's like, really? So we finished our beer, went next door, and it was like 10 till 10.
Yeah.
And this is like a nice restaurant. Well, nice, quote unquote, in a small town restaurant. It smelled good in there, though.
Yeah.
Dead. They closed at 10. And all the waitresses are looking at us like, what the fuck?
Like, why are you walking in at 10?
And I'm like, do we have time for a beer?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that's fine. The bar's in the back of this place. Walk in, nothing on tap. Just bottles again.
Wow.
But they had a decent selection of bottles. They
must not sell a lot of beer then.
I guess not.
Because to not have on tap is
No.
weird.
And they had a pretty good liquor selection.
Or there's just a lot of bar fights and they like to supply weapons.
Maybe. I don't know. But, you know, we were chatting. That's when we found out about all the parties and stuff going on. Because we were chatting with old woman walked back there rolling silverware. And apparently they get decent beer, like, bottles in routinely. Like, they get a bunch of craft stuff.
Right, a sixer here and there.
Basically. But, yeah, the Delta bar selection is not so great.
Okay.
We figured out if we want to go for beer, go to the garage.
Okay.
And plus, the atmosphere in the garage is way better because the guy was very like, hey, he wanted to chat and, you know, talk to us about everything.
Right.
Everywhere else is kind of like,
who the fuck are these two?
Yeah, it was like, who the fuck are these two? Or we're closing like in 5 minutes.
Who the fuck are these two walking in here with them sleeves on their shirts?
Damn their sleeves and curl facial hairs. Orange shoes.
Boy, you earling that beard.
Only
thing I earl my beard with is 1040.
So yeah, the old
10W40, sorry.
The old Delta bar hop was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to, next time we're out there, we'll have to go on a milk run, go to the garage.
Is it a milk run when you just go to one place?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that counts.
It's just code word for boozing.
I didn't know if milk run was like a hopping event.
It's just leaving the house to go get milk.
Gotcha.
Basically.
Gotcha. Because I drink only the finest breast milks.
Yeah. And we're leaving, and you know the girls are like, why are you guys? We're like, we're just going to go check out. We won't be gone long. We're on our way to the second bar. Don's like, how long were we at the garage? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I sent a text right when we left. We were there like almost an hour and a half. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You're just waiting for the guy to wake the gimp up, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been the second place, probably.
That place was weird.
You walk in, everyone's looking at you weird. You guys are in. All of a sudden, the door's shut, and you hear a lock. Uh-oh.
Yeah, when I walked in, it smelled like mold, and like someone that looked like Chief J. Strombo was eyeballing me.
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, what the
Maybe it was him.
No, dude.
No?
This guy wasn't that cool. It was a little weird, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the old Delta bar hop.
Stamp of approval.
It's, like I said, it was strange.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds... Yeah, well, that's
it was
what
something.
you get. Yeah.
Small town.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. How about you?
Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot.
How dare you?
Sorry.
God damn it.
I didn't do anything over the 4th. Really, I was supposed to go to my brother's the one day, but ended up, getting knocked out by painkillers. So
knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. So I didn't get the phone call from show when we were supposed to go.
Right.
So I ended up not really doing anything on the 4th.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Other than hearing people shoot off fireworks up here.
Well,
which,
of course, yeah.
Even last night.
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, no one will just help me out, though, because all I want is, if you're going to shoot fireworks off on, what was yesterday, the 8th or whatever.
Right.
I just want to hear somebody be like, woo, as they're doing it.
Something.
Or America or something, and no one ever pays. It just never pays off. People are such disappointments.
Yes, I agree.
What can you do?
Did you see the video? I'm going to put this on our website.
Of course you are.
Of course I am.
You mean saltylanguage.com?
That is exactly the website.
Excellent.
Did you see the video of the dude that flew his drone through the fireworks display?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That was a pretty neat video.
I give the guy credit, too. How do you know your shit's not going to get hit?
Maybe you don't care.
Maybe.
Maybe you're just like,
maybe he's got fuck you
cool.
money.
Or maybe he was really drunk. Who knows?
Also that.
It was the 4th weekend. I mean,
yeah.
No better way to celebrate our patriotism than,
filming explosives?
Yes. filming explosives, also, engaging in all the Budweisers.
All the Budweisers, or whatever.
Yeah, or Sam Adams, if you want to be a little more patriotic.
That would make more sense, and be more delicious.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I drank a lot of import beer. Down to fourth, now I think about it. I told you I took care of the Heineken's in the fridge.
Fucking redcoat.
Yeah. I spend most of the time, drinking American beer. Hell, I'm level 10 and Untapped and landed to free.
It's true.
So that's a lot of American beer.
That is true. Whereas I'm level, I hit 2, I think, finally. It's only because I only drink, the same beer. I'm just not hopping all over the place like you do.
Right.
So
always got to try something.
Yeah. But that's really the reason, because I generally drink, I usually have Yuengling and or Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale.
Right.
Not on tap, unfortunately.
That would be delicious.
I wish.
That'd probably be trouble if you had a keg of KBBA.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have a keg very long. Well, I'd have it. It'd just be empty a lot.
Yeah, it'd be all empty and depressing.
And I'd probably be, a mess because of the strength of it.
And the deliciousness.
Because because I will drink a lot of it if I can.
Goes down smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You know what else we bought over the weekend? That just hit me.
No.
We went to our local favorite store, the Liquor Cabinet, to get some beer before 4th
Shameless
of July.
plug.
Shameless plug for the Liquor Cabinet. What?
Local.
And, Jeannie got her promotion, so we're bringing in a little extra cash.
Yeah!
And she got her first, extra cash paycheck.
Yeah!
So I think she was feeling good.
Yeah!
Bought a fresh bottle of Ronzacapa.
Nice!
Yeah. She's like, do they have Ronzacapa? I'm like, yeah, of course, because this guy requested it.
That's right, yep.
And we walked by and it was there, and she just grabs him, like, what are you doing? She's like, well, we need some. Okay.
Can't argue with that logic.
Like, exactly. Yeah. Rum is rum.
Yep. I guess you're right.
Yeah, what was I thinking? Why am I even trying to argue this point?
Exactly, yeah.
Because rum is
it's
rum.
Not like she was buying, bottom shelf rum, and you're like, what are you doing?
This is also true.
And she's like, oh, we're out of rum. Be like, that's not rum.
That's delicious. Which it is.
Yeah, it is pretty
Big
good.
fan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's why you earl your beard with it.
Sir, you smell like rum.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's my beard Earl. Because I keep my stash long so I can just suck on it.
Yeah. Like those girls that chew on their hair.
Exactly.
So you just get your beard pulled up and shit.
What are you doing? Getting the rum. What?
I'm so drunk. I got 2 bottles of Ronzacapa in my beard. That's impressive.
Yeah. In a year and a half, I'll have some giant, Blackbeard beard just soaked in rum.
Well, that's how you do it.
We'll have fireworks and shit in it like Blackbeard did.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'll be weirder when you ask people if they want some Ron in them, though.
That's true.
That might come off a little creepier than if
true.
you say you want some Captain in you.
I think there's a website, though, I could probably make some money for, Beard Sucker or something. Just live cam me sucking on my beard.
That's the whole website.
There's got to be a fetish for that.
It's just different dudes. Yeah, I was going to say it's just different guys sucking shit out of their beard.
Women seem to love beards so much that there's got to be a fetish for that.
That's true. After, we'll have to remember that because if we record us eating various apps at TGI Fridays, I'll have marinara all up in my shit.
You'll
have buffalo all over.
Dude, you know how I am about napkins? I get any little bit of shit on my face, I'm like, I got to get it off.
Yeah.
It's so rough now.
I know, because you almost have to rub it into your skin.
Basically.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm gonna put this on my notes. I think I'm gonna pose this as a question on our website. Is beard sucking a fetish? Mm-hmm. Although I don't know, maybe find out people go to our website and answer this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, go to our website and answer this question for me, would you?
Yeah.
Because
while you're there, click on the Amazon link in the upper right hand corner, and buy things.
Buy some beard oil.
Yeah.
Buy some beard brushes.
Yes.
Buy all the beard stuff.
Buy me a Black Power Afro pick.
That's true. Because you got to fight the power that be.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, my 4th was basically that: bar hopping and not blowing stuff up and canoeing.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was aight.
Yeah, I did some alone drinking.
I drank alone. Should have that queued up.
Yeah, I had a little bit of Jameson and ginger ale with Show.
Right.
The one night because he bought a bottle of both. And
Fair
was like,
enough.
and he poured himself one. He's like, "You should have one of those." I was like, "Okay."
What am I going to say? No?
Yeah, why not? So, and then there was, various soda pops and rum and or beer consumed. Maybe some whiskey as well.
It's really too bad that whenever USA was in the World Cup, their games were like weird times.
Yeah.
Because, what's that shitty pub in the mall? The Cutout.
Yeah.
Anytime America scored a goal for like, I think it was like 3 or 4 minutes after they scored, Jameson shots were $2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That would have been ideal. Just sit there and wait.
Score!
I'll take 10.
Yeah. All of it. Well, they'd have to ask you.
I'm sure there's some sort of weird limit to it.
Probably.
Like you can only
Probably
get
like
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like 1 or 2.
I need one for my friend over there.
Yeah. Like, sir, you're not fooling anyone. You don't have any friends. Oh. Like, but I have a USA scarf on, and so do they.
But I'm part of the team. So how was your Jameson's ginger ale? Delicious?
It was, yeah.
I've never had that. I'm not a huge ginger ale fan. I just take the Jameson's by itself, to be honest.
Well, that's fine, too.
Yeah.
It goes really well with, like, we had Verner's, of course, because
Right.
it's local, and it's Verner's.
Yeah.
So, it blends really well together,
Right? So when I do the ginger stuff, it's usually a ginger beer with dark rum, because it's a dark and stormy sun.
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
I bet you are.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Which everyone could have seen you doing the, like, Stevie Wonder head.
Well, you got
thing
to.
there. Yeah, that's, drinking alone's something I advocate, obviously.
Oh, you'll have that sometimes.
No.
It's cocktail hour.
Yeah.
It would be fun if you put your suit on for cocktail hour.
Right? Just saddle up to, like, my, like, breakfast nook thing there. Yeah, that bar. And, go on the other side, roll my sleeves up. What do you have, Mac?
What you need to do is you need to get your suit on, right?
Yeah.
And you need to, and I know this is a stretch, because who the fuck uses Google Plus? But do a Google Plus party, like, anyone want to join me for cocktail hour?
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I kind of like
tweet
that.
it out.
I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even have to wear pants.
No. It's the internet. No one wears pants.
It's true.
I'm not wearing pants now. I'm wearing shorts.
True. It's true.
You should do it.
That's actually an interesting
Yeah.
idea.
There was a...
That might actually be if we're going to do a drinking podcast, that's how to do it.
Cocktail hour.
Cocktail hour.
Surprise cocktail hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just shows up.
There was a time when Tate was on the show that all I was going to do was when we were going to have a Skype party.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, oh, hey, I'll meet you guys at this time on Skype. And I was going to get dressed in the nines in my soup and have like soup and have in my suit and just have
listen, I don't want to see you in your soup, okay?
It's a bathtub.
Oh, I was thinking like ball soup.
Oh.
You're like Ernie in the bathtub with your shower cap and your rubber ducky.
Yeah, exactly. Ready to go, guys. But I was going to pop on Skype, and I was going to be in my suit with a martini.
See, it was something like I didn't have a suit at the time, but I was going to say that would have been great for like you and I to have planned. And she just shows up, and we're just like, "How's it going?"
Just in her like sweatpants and t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, really? You didn't dress up? That would have been funny.
What are you, a savage?
But we never had a Skype party.
Yeah.
After that, after I made that decision, I was going to do that.
That's too bad because that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Cocktail hour. I like it.
I like this idea, the salty language cocktail hour.
I like this.
If you're going to do it, warn me,
Well, duh.
because I'll definitely join.
Well, it's going to be called the Salty Language Cocktail Hour.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like don't make it a surprise to me, so I can also get dressed up and join you.
So no texting you at 4 a.m. Hey, it's cocktail hour.
Well, you can, but I won't get it.
Yeah. The next morning, you're like, damn it! Fuck, I missed another one.
I like this idea.
I do too. I'm actually going to
Write it down. Yeah. Salty Language Cocktail Hour.
All right, that's much better than last week's.
Unfortunately, it's like I said, it's probably going to be Google Plus because it's the best way to really do it.
Well, yeah.
And it's not a great way to do it.
No.
I wish you could, because unfortunately, with the way Google Plus works, I wish you could stream music into the background.
Yeah.
Because it'd be great to just like pull up some like Frank Sinatra playlist.
Yes.
Like on Pandora.
Oh, I was going to say, or my iTunes. But
Oh, there you go. And just have like classy party music in the background.
Of course.
That'd be awesome. This is a great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be great with you drinking your appletinis the whole time.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, lately, I've been thinking about more peach old fashions. I've been thinking how to tweak the recipe.
Yeah.
We bought more bitters. They have whiskey barrel bitters.
Ooh.
Bought those.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should
definitely do this.
Definitely do this at some point.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah, the drunken drunk chat was a good idea. Cocktail hour is a way better idea.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. This is a much better idea.
And just have it. We can even record the audio and put it out if we want. Let people know this might be a podcast.
Yeah.
And have it be 60 minutes because it's an hour.
It's an hour, correct.
And then after 60 minutes, just close the room.
Ring-a-ding-ding and shut it down. Yeah. I was actually thinking, it's this actually could work. I'm trying to think of a better way than Google Plus, though. Well, because it's are we going to have... Are you wanting it to where other people can interact with us?
Yeah.
Or are you meaning, they're in a chat room and you and I are just doing,
It'd be cool if they could interact, too. It might get hectic. It'd have to be, maybe Google Plus is, the pilot episode.
Yeah, because I was going to say, the problem with Google Plus is when one person talks, it cuts everyone else out. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to talk about this. We'll have to talk
Once
shop.
again, we talk shop on the air, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah. I like this idea, though.
Yeah, same here. Because, especially you, if you're, army of loyal followers on Twitter,
yes,
you tweet it out, who knows who will join.
It's true.
I could tweet it out, and people are like, what the fuck is this guy?
Who's
this guy that's never on Twitter?
What we need to do is have a guest each week. Or each time.
I already have a good nomination.
Do you?
Angry Oz. He likes cocktails, and he's
true.
clearly a snappy dresser.
That is true. We have evidence of him as a snappy dresser.
For sure.
Because those are the rules. Is it can't be a beer unless it's part of some sort of a mix. Those I might allow, but I'm still shooting mostly
it's
cocktails.
Not a cocktail. It's got to be a cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's got to be in a rocks glass or a martini glass.
Right.
Or
Well, I could pour a beer in there.
No daiquiris and shit.
Oh.
It's got to be a fancy gentleman cocktail.
I can't.
Or a lady's cocktail.
Now, what if I make a giant margarita?
Only if it's in a fishbowl with a shark.
As classy gentlemen drink from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the shark, it's got to be one of the ones that put grenadine in, so it looks like it's bleeding out.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. No, probably not.
All right, fine. Be that way. I had a shark shot at
when we were
Putin Bay. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot the name
shark
of the place,
shot.
but yeah,
it was like the fish tank or something.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh yeah. We did adopt Slade.
Yep.
Our murderous cat.
Woo!
Who's fitting into the family nicely.
Nice. For now.
Except beating the shit out of dog occasionally.
Well.
But the dog also beats the shit out of cats. So.
Right, as is tradition.
Yeah, it's true. It hasn't yet begun to rack up a body count, but it's still kind of confined to one room, basically.
Well, it's just waiting for iced tea to get there.
It's Jeannie's
see what I did there with the body count?
Okay. Nice. They put out new shit?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
They keep playing on Liquid Metal on XM.
Huh.
I'm like, body count as in, and I list it. I'm like, fuck, that's body count. That's awesome. But, no, Jeannie's like, I'm starting to think that you're not telling the truth about mice because I haven't seen any mice bodies showed up.
The cat's doing
you
its
just
job.
want a cat. It's because it's good. It's shallow graves out in the yard.
Yep. You got to go to the old specious reasoning thing,
Yes.
It's like, we got a cat, there's no mice. Therefore, the cat is clearly working.
Like, have you seen the size of its dumps?
Those are mice.
Exactly. Like, I thought we adopted a grizzly bear.
You're not supposed to keep the Salty Language Bear Patrol in your house.
If they're good.
I still don't recommend
How awesome would that be?
A house-trained bear?
Yeah. you have a sign on your window or whatever that says,
Beware of bear?
Beware of bear. And people are like, oh, that's a joke. And they break in and there's a fucking grizzly.
Yeah.
With a laser pointer on its head or something. I don't know.
Oh, I was just thinking...
It looks like Locutus aboard.
Nice. I was just thinking he's sitting there, enjoying himself a cocktail, reading Gentleman's Magazine or something. That's the name of it. It's
Field and
Gentleman's.
Stream.
Yeah, okay, all right, fair enough. And he's just like, excuse me, sir. Yeah. Oh, shit, it's a bear.
Oh, my God, it's a bear in a smoking jacket.
And a fez.
With some sort of bionic implant.
Well, as is tradition.
Well, of course.
It's part of the Salty Language Bear Patrol. It has to have...
bionic implants.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. It just has to be bionic. Yeah.
It's true.
It could be a bionic finger for all I care.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have a lot of budget.
No, not at all. No.
Actually, it's more like it's a bionicle. Those Legos.
Just taped to its head.
Yeah, we don't, like I said, we don't have a lot of a budget.
Not really.
Yeah.
That's fine, though. we get the job done.
Yeah. Well, they're bears. I mean,
House-trained bear would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. I kind of want to, it's like, having a monkey butler is something I always wanted.
Right.
But a bear butler would be way cooler.
That's true.
People come in and you're just like, hey, how's it going? Be like, oh, hey, and whatever the bear's name is, get me, can you get our friend some drinks? He's, and they're like, what the fuck was that? Next thing you know, he's walking in with a tray of cocktails and everyone's shitting themselves.
Get a beer.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a fine idea.
The only problem is he's always going to get into the snacks.
Well, it's true.
And probably steal picnic baskets.
Wait, you got to put the snacks up in like a tree in your yard.
To where only you can get them when you're drunk?
Yes. That's been a long time.
You do know bears can climb trees, right?
No, like when you're camping, you got to hang it from a branch on a rope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To where if they venture, they'll fall.
Yeah.
They'll still get the snacks, though.
Probably.
And you have to have a trampoline.
That's one of the scariest videos ever. You seen that one when the bow hunter up in a tree stand?
Yes.
And the bear's like that? He's up there like, hey, what's this?
I know.
Who put the snack up here? But there's something about the day we got the cat, which one was a horrible mistake. Because I'm like, we should stop and get cat shit. Not like actual shit, but like items for the cat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you stopped and bought cat fecal matter, that would be...
I didn't know they sold this. This is crazy.
Yeah, I was going to ask
There's
you.
a market for this?
Where are you buying this at? Yeah. Is it sold at, like, Whole Foods as some sort of, like, herbal something, rather?
Yes. It's a skin rub.
Yeah.
Ugh. But, so we should have bought things for the cat before we got the cat. But we weren't 100% sure we were adopting it. Okay. So we're like, well, why spend the money?
By adopting, you mean stealing from its family?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's forcibly taking it away.
Right. It's not really adopting.
No, not at all. So, it's kind of like a Sophie's Choice situation.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But, so we should have bought a cat carrier.
Yes.
Because we got the cat, and then we drove 5 minutes to the nearest store, and the cat was in our dashboard.
Yeah.
Which is a real pain in the ass to get a cat out of a dashboard.
I imagine it would be.
But I did.
All right.
But
yeah, I was going to say, if you haven't bought one, you definitely should buy one.
Yeah, we did.
Because they're real handy.
Well, and I even said, we parked in the driveway, and I'm like, we should have bought a carrier.
Mm-hmm. Or at least a plastic bag.
Because I've had experience of free cats in the car. It's a problem.
Yeah.
And you're right, plastic bag would have been fine.
Or duffel, whatever.
Duffel.
Yeah.
But the closest store to this place that we got the cat was Walmart, which we're not supporters of. Sorry, friends of the show. But what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. So I like, all right, you guys stay in the car. I'm going to run in. I'm going to get the essentials we need for this cat to live in our house.
And somehow not peel your eyes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that it was just because there's 1,000 people out there snapping pictures for people of Walmart. Mm-hmm. That's why they've got such a great collection. Mm-hmm. But the shit I saw was mind-blowing.
Every time I've gone into a Walmart, I could probably submit a picture to that website.
I wish I had my phone.
Yeah.
Because I would have. Because I saw 3 things, right? Mm-hmm. I saw some woman that was probably in her 50s, clearly loves pancakes. She was about half nude. I'm like, and that was the first thing I saw. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Then I'm in the cat.
Wait, does she like pancakes like you do, like titties? Or no?
Dude, well, one, she had some flapjacks. But she clearly likes to eat them, too.
Oh, okay.
Like chocolate chip with whipped cream and like that, yeah.
Right, and Crisco.
Yeah, just slathered.
Like they're cannolis?
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
Oh.
So that was the first thing I saw. Then I'm looking for the pet aisle because I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, you know?
Right.
I find
you didn't realize the pet aisle at Walmart is any aisle.
It's also true. I'm beelining towards big thing. It just says pets.
Right.
And there's this big family, and there's a dude, right?
And they're just waiting for you to get over there so they can pet you?
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, God, it's stranger danger. So I walk by this family, and this guy had kids ranging from about 12 to probably 3.
Yeah.
And he's a big dude.
And that's also the number of teeth the kid had.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. This dude's shirt, right,
uh-huh.
was, you had me at, ... and then it's a stick figure blowing another stick figure.
That's a good one.
I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
You asked him where he bought the shirt. Right?
Well, I assume Walmart.
Like, did you get that here?
Yeah, must have.
Mm-hmm. Do they have a petite men's section here, or is it all just ungodly?
It's all just, mass. So I get all the cat stuff.
Right.
And I'm leaving, and here comes this woman with a shopping cart, so she's not there for entertainment, dressed fully in makeup as a clown.
All right.
And that's when it hit me, and I added to my notes of my phone, people of Walmart.
Yeah.
Because clearly it's just something about that store.
I said, I believe, forever ago on this podcast, and I used to say it for fucking years, and I've heard other people say it too. I'm not taking credit for being original or anything, but that there's a lot of areas that I swear going to Walmart is the same as going to Disney World.
It must be.
And that some people, like, I have seen some people that you swear, like, I've gone on, it'll be like a Wednesday, and you see this family, and you can tell they're in their, like, church clothes.
Right.
You know, and it's like, well, Walmart does, you know, family
like the blowjob
photos
stick figure thing.
Right, yeah. Nice. But, you know, it's like, there's just some people, it's like they get in Walmart, and it's almost just like, you know, you could just picture the song from Willy Wonka playing.
Right.
You know? It's, come with me. And you're like, it is just mind-blowing, some of the stuff I've seen over the years in Walmart.
I mean, we don't shop there, so I don't usually go.
If you want good people watching, though.
But motherfucker, I wanted to get, like, khakis on and my pith helmet,
right?
And, like, a telephoto lens and probably a gun.
It's probably a good idea.
And go, yeah.
Because you don't know what kind of wildlife might charge you.
You got that right.
In fact, you should probably have me go along with you, because you're probably going to need help.
It's like a sniper team. You gotta have a spotter.
Right.
So, yeah, I was blown away by
Yeah.
that whole experience.
And I also found it doesn't matter what time of day you go.
Yeah, because this was like at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can go in the middle of the day. Like, a lot of stores, if you go in the middle of the night, you're going to see people dressed weird, because a lot of them are, you know, like climbing out of bed.
Or did nothing to do.
Yeah, or they're like, fuck it, it's 4 a.m, why should I give a shit about getting,
exactly.
getting my, fancy pants on.
But yeah, when I saw, half nude Jabba,
yeah,
blowjob stick figure guy, and then a fucking clown.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is insane.
Yeah, you were like, orgy. Come on back to the rape hut. You dig?
Yeah, you dig. Might have to widen the door for you. Yeah, it was something. But we have a cat now, and it's awesome.
Right.
So the cat's fitting in.
And you got
nicely.
some, fodder for the podcast as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's why I said, it's like,
Good
I
googly
swear, like, if we could do it, though, it would be amazing for us to just, like, take a day, like, once a week or something like that, and just go fucking people watch.
Yeah.
Because just the shit you and I would just be like, what the fuck? Take pictures, write notes, and just,
Well, we probably could. And we could, if we both have, well.
It's got to be good places, though. You know what I mean? It's got to be like a mall, or it's got to be. The mall's not as good to people watch at as it used to be. Like when we used to go and shit.
If one of us had the little mic that you could plug in your iPhone, we could just, no, iTunes, I don't want to update right now, you cunt. We could just, voice record.
Yeah.
And then just pop it up, whatever.
Right.
Because if we just, we'd have to have audio.
Right.
Because,
Well, it's like my favorite, when I go into stores like Walmart and stuff, it's like my head's on a fucking swivel.
Yeah.
Because I'm just constantly just like rubbernecking around, like just, trying, like looking out for stuff like that, because it's everywhere.
Well, mine was on a swivel because, one, I had a cat that's never been in a car before freaking the fuck out in our van.
Right.
And I was trying, I'm trying to get my shit done immediately. And if I would have probably, like, really just, like, taken a step back and observed,
I
probably would have saw way more.
Oh, probably. Yeah. As of, you got the best of collection.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best. One of the places I found that's really good if you're in a Walmart and you want to people watch is a lot of them have like a Subway in them.
Oh, I imagine it's great. That's going to be like fine dining.
Yeah. So you sit in the Subway and just the people that come through the Subway alone are pretty good.
Right.
But you can just sit and just watch out into the store and just see some magic.
Wait.
It's like enchanting.
I got this.
Okay.
Here's an hour.
Cocktail hour at the Subway in Walmart.
It's kind of on the same lines.
If only.
Right? It just involves tuxedo rental.
Okay.
You rent a tux.
Okay.
You wait for people to sit down with their sub sandwiches and their bags of chips and their giant sodas that are going to kill them.
Right.
And as they're about ready to eat, you show up with your tux and a little towel over your arm with a pepper grinder. And ask if they want fresh cracked black pepper on their Subway sandwich.
In fairness, this is America, so you could also go with a cheese grater.
Also true.
And offer fresh, Parmesan cheese.
That's where we both come in.
Yes.
You have Parmesan guy, and you have cracked black pepper guy.
I can't think of that stuff without thinking of the Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
sketch.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You like it a cheese?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it a cheese. Or eventually, like, what, banging her in a room
Yeah,
or something?
they're like trying to make out with the guy's
Yeah.
wife and shit. Yeah, but that would be funny to do though, because people probably be like, "That's one of them tuxedos."
Oh, what the fuck? I must be in trouble. Fancy man coming this way.
Actually, I've got it even better.
All right.
Forget that part.
All right.
I'm gonna get a tux, but it's gonna be like $1 Million Man's tux.
Woo! Oh, they'll respect that.
Not woo. It's
Oh, you're right.
Of course, I'll have the $1 Million belt on.
Dude, you'll be a celebrity.
Exactly. And
And?
I'm gonna offer to buy their Subway dinner while I'm there because I'm the $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man.
How many people do you think would actually think I'm the $1 Million Man if I was doing that?
They're pretty retarded. I mean, if you have T dress up as Virgil, you're in.
I like this idea a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
You want to go as IRS?
No, I don't think they'll go over well with them.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. I need to see her. I got to think of someone who...
It's got to be villainous, though, because...
Well, I could be whatever those Duck Dynasty guys are that are on right now. I got the beard.
Hopefully dead soon.
I don't know.
I mean...
If we're going classic wrestler or Hillbilly Jim, I have to get some like lifts in my shoes. I'm not that tall.
You'd just get mobbed if you were him, though.
That's
I
true.
mean,
They'll probably think I'm family.
it's probably true.
Yeah.
Is that Uncle Toothy? What?
Uncle Toothy? Yeah. What the fuck?
He got all them teeth.
He done brushed them.
He got all them tooths.
Took care of them choppers.
He's from the fancy.
Yeah. He doesn't chew our chaw like we do.
He's got one of them big city dentists.
I like the little, the little thumb, like you're wearing suspenders thing.
Well, it's also like you're making fun of how fancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more of a lapel grab.
There you go, yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Well, la-dee-da.
La-dee freaking da.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Good times.
I think I got more random notes and crap from Wheeling Poem.
Do it.
Oh!
This
kind of annoyed me.
Okay.
But I'm going to bring it up anyway, because it's a sweet-ass video that's also going to be on saltylanguage.com. Bat Metal. Have you seen that video
I did.
yet?
I watched it last night.
Yeah. I threw that on Facebook a couple days ago, because I saw it. And I'm like, I need to share this with everybody.
Yes.
And boy, did no one pay any attention to it.
Well,
until
it's Facebook.
Yeah, until like a day and a half later when it started popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And of course, where did I see it?
Reddit. Yeah.
So I should have known.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of annoyed me that's getting so much love on Facebook now. And I'm like, but I posted that like a day and a half ago.
Yeah.
But that's absolutely going on the website. It sounds like Def Clock.
It is.
Yeah, it's like...
It is.
Yeah. Someone took a Def Clock song and then put a sweet Batman cartoon animation to it.
It's pretty decent job on it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Bat Metal. It'll absolutely be on saltylanguage.com. You need to watch it if you're a Batman fan.
You just need to watch it.
Just need to watch it. It's fantastic.
Because you're already going to be on saltylanguage.com.
You better
whether you're
be.
doing your Amazon shopping.
It's true.
Clicking on the sexy donate button because
God
you love
damn it.
us
That's
and can't get enough of our voices that
Can't get enough.
are giving you all those orgasms.
All the orgasms.
Or cringes, whichever.
Also
they're
true.
the same thing, right?
Yeah. Cringegasms.
Yeah.
Me thinks.
You might have just named the show, my friend.
Maybe. These things happen.
Yeah, there we go. I'll have to figure out how to spell it right because it's tough without, because it looks like Cringegasms.
Cringegasms.
So I don't know. We'll have to figure
Sounds like
that
some
out.
sort of weird alien race, the Cringegasms.
Or something that Santa delivers to Mrs. Claus.
Ugh. She's like, frost my cookies, honey.
Yeah. All you just hear is... That's the sound of the Kringleberries hitting on her.
No, they don't make that sound.
Oh.
Because, elf number 85492-9er is down there tickling his balls.
Right.
Very not happy with his job.
Right, because he's got a mistletoe.
He can't build a fucking teddy bear, so he's become Santa's ball tickler.
Oh, man, he's got a... oh, my God. I just lost it already. Fuck!
Santa can't get off unless he's got little elfin fingers massaging his testicles.
Well, I mean, Santa and I have that in common.
Hilarious.
Unfortunately, I was blessed with these big hands.
These giant mitts.
And a lonely, lonely life. I was going to say Santa has mistletoe tattooed under his sack.
There's
fuck the mistletoe belt. That's how to do it.
Yeah,
you get that shit
tat
on your fucking taint.
Yeah, like what, bitch?
Yeah.
Get in there.
You go to teabag somebody and you're like, kiss it.
Kiss it, do it.
It's under the mistletoe.
I just picture a whole, like, small, division of elves all, like, maid to miss ponchos that they got to help out with Mr. and Mrs. Claus sex time because they're so ancient.
Oh, my God. I'm just thinking because they're just deviants.
That, too. There's a reindeer in the corner.
Well, obviously.
Of course. It's just got dildos all over its antlers.
Right. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Why are we talking about Christmas in July? That's why.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Why not?
That's true.
Well, it's because Cringegasms look like...
Cringegasms.
Or Cringegasms. Maybe I'll just leave it because Cringegasms is...
Yeah, either way it works.
Whether you want to call it Cringegasms or Cringegasms, you're right this week.
Yes.
Either way.
Yeah. Boy, is right.
So speaking of...
North Pole, baby.
Yeah. Santa likes it. Get to the South Pole, though.
I just love this thought of Santa as a dirty, dirty boy. He doesn't use his magical powers to deliver presents. He uses them to peep.
Yeah. Why do you think he's got the naughty list, sir?
That's right.
His naughty list is Pornhub. And us.
Well, of course.
Obviously. God damn it. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. What were you saying?
I don't even know anymore.
All right, fair enough.
So I finished... I went back to finally finish up reading Preacher.
Oh, nice.
Since we're talking about deviant behavior and
True.
such.
I haven't finished it yet. I suck. I have them all.
I stopped reading it back fucking forever ago, and I stopped probably around issue 40, 45, somewhere in that range.
Right.
And there's 66, in the
run.
The run, yeah. And then there's, 9 specials, I think, because there's, the Santa Killers, the R-Space one, Cassidy.
Yeah. I think every character kind of had their own little...
I think so. And then the Santa Killers was, 4 or 6 issues? Yeah.
That was an awesome one.
That was a good one, yeah. And, man, I forgot how good that book is.
I keep meaning to go back and reread it, because I have, thanks to, my tablet, I have them all now.
Yeah, as did I.
And I just haven't put the time in to do it.
Yeah, I actually... Because of a few nights where I couldn't sleep, I was just fucking powering. Dude, it took 3 days and I was done with it.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I just powered through it. So, yeah.
Such good shit, though.
Yeah. I forgot, the term vinegar strokes is actually in that book.
Is it?
Yep.
No shit.
No shit, yeah. Because when I saw it, I laughed because of the League.
Right.
And, so obviously, it's existed before,
it's a thing, clearly.
Or the writers on the League are
Preacher
fans,
it's
which...
also possible.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, like I said, I just forgot how much I enjoyed reading that book.
Right.
And all of its blasphemous behaviors.
Blasphemous.
So much. So, I had a really good ending, too.
Well, don't tell me about it.
Well, I'm not going to.
Spoilers!
But yeah, that's all I was going to say about it.
I need to finish it.
Next up, Transmetro. Because another book, I've read a bunch of it.
I think I did read that entire series.
I haven't read all of it.
Love
And it's like, I'm not
Transmetro.
going to just pick up somewhere in the middle. I'm going to just start from the beginning because the only problem I have with reading a book like Transmetro, and this is going to sound American, is there's a lot of words in it.
Right.
And sometimes I'm kind of like, ugh. Especially when I'm reading late at night, I'm just kind of like, ugh, But...
See, if it wasn't for me really enjoying having a beard and shaving it once and realizing what a horrible mistake it was,
Spider Jerusalem.
I would totally do Spider Jerusalem for Halloween.
That'd be so sweet. I could go as Fat Spider Jerusalem.
All right. We can go as different, timelines.
Nice.
Different universe Spider Jerusalem.
Like it.
Hey?
This is a good idea.
Bearded Spider Jerusalem.
Yes. And Fat Bearded Spider Jerusalem.
Hilarious.
Sweet.
We're in.
Shit. So yeah, that's my comics update. I haven't read anything new in forever.
I haven't.
I was doing it for a while and I fell behind. And
I did the same
keep
thing.
doing that, and then I go back and I get books and.
Mine was more. I was reading comics pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And then I just got distracted by a bunch of other random shit, and
Titties.
I started. Well, sometimes and. Or lately, I've been playing more Xbox Live, which I haven't done in months.
That's true. Yeah.
Because it's just I really feel like playing video games, so I kind of picked it up again.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't have that. I wish I had more time.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I need time.
Yeah. I know how you could get more time. Sell your kids into slavery.
Ooh.
Or, hear me out, just open your own sweatshop.
That'd be all
then
right.
you could quit your job because you'd be running the sweatshop.
Perfect.
And since they'd be so afraid of you, you don't really have to be out there. You just have somebody else with a whip.
True. Bear.
Or a bear, yeah.
Grizzly bear out there with a whip.
Right. You might need two. One outside, just in case there's a runner and they squeak by him somehow.
Right.
You know. Because, you know, in a small environment, they might be able to weasel their way, you know, shove other people in the way and get out. But if there's another bear waiting outside,
it's over, Johnny.
There's just no point.
Okay, hold on. I got an idea.
Okay.
Right. Little animal teamwork here.
Okay.
The grizzly bear inside, on its back, I take duct tape, tape an octopus to it.
Okay.
So it's got all the tentacles.
Gotcha.
So it can grab people behind it.
Right, so it can give hugs to everybody.
Hugs and parrot beaks.
And parrot beaks.
Yeah.
Wait. And odd searches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the octopus is responsible
And tentacle porn.
Right. I was going to say the octopus is responsible for all cavity searches. Unless things go a little weird, then the bear is.
Well, you don't want that.
No, I don't think you want to get pawed.
Pawed.
Bear goes fucking shoulder deep in you.
Of course it does. Because bear strength.
Yeah, you didn't mean to, exactly. Yeah.
Looks like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Oh, I was thinking like Chestburster from Alien. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
It's a bear paw. Just
And the bear goes, oh, whoops. Or whatever that is in bear speak.
Right. Boss, I did it again.
God damn it, throw him in the pile.
Yeah. No lunch for you today. Well, you can eat from the pile. Yeah.
I have an app for you to download, Brian. I guess anyone else that might want to play. This goes out to the listeners. Actually, you know what all the listeners need to download if they have iPhones?
No.
Evil motherfucking apples.
True.
Because I will play with you if you invite me.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, I will. Evil Apples is basically Cards Against Humanity.
Yay!
But it's an app.
Yay!
And it's fantastic. So
It
you
is
have an
pretty
iPhone,
good. Yeah.
and you can invite people over Twitter and Facebook, because I'm not giving you my phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would play that with people. But, Brian, you need to download, I think it's called Yix. Y-I-X. Right? Okay. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, so I can't officially review the game.
Okay. So no stamp of approval yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
But from what it is described as, it's Cards Against Humanity, but instead of cards, you answer the like black card.
Uh-huh.
Instead of answering with a white card, you answer it with a GIF.
Now, does it give you ones
It's
to you?
give you GIFs, but you can also upload GIFs.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like this idea.
Yeah, I know, but you can't play with strangers, and so I'm trying to convince people to download it so I can actually try the game.
Right. Yeah, I'm in. I'm
all right,
definitely
cool.
in.
So yeah, download Yix, and you have to log it through Facebook, unfortunately, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I would, if people invite me, I'll play that too.
Right. Make sure you look for Yix, not Yifs.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Well,
or unless you want to Google it. Have fun.
If you're into that, say, look up Yiffing. It's
have fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh my. So yeah, Evil Apples, Yix, invite me. I'll play unless I'm busy.
Or
titties.
Or he doesn't like you. Or titties. You're right.
Then you're out.
Oh baby, nothing can distract me from you. Said titties.
Said them titties.
No, not them titties.
Oh, just titties.
Unless
in
you
general.
mean like there's these titties and then them
and
titties.
them titties.
Yeah. And then there's dem titties.
Right. Capital.
Titties.
Titties.
Yeah. All right, enough of that.
All right.
I don't want us to sound like animals here.
We already do.
No, we don't.
Okay, right.
So we're about at the hour mark. Do you need a break, or we
can do whatever. I don't give a shit.
We're just gonna,
whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, let's just keep it going.
Dude, I'm
dry,
full
then.
of Chipotle and coffee. It's probably a terrible combination.
It's gonna be a horrible crime scene later.
Sorry, honey.
Oh man, are you making turlet jambalaya? All right, enough of that. Because we don't like shit jokes on this show.
We don't?
No.
We love them.
Oh yeah. Maybe. Do you got any more stuff? I almost said things, but that's a different segment.
I did start doing the
jazzercising?
No, the Instagram thing. The 100 Happy Days.
Right.
I kept seeing Adam do it, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna, because I take a lot of Instagram stuff.
Right. I started that, but I couldn't get to one.
Hilarious.
Well, damn it. Where's sad trombone when I need it?
I know. Well, yeah, I really wish we had more sound effects.
I know.
I need to really get some, because I have the soundboard. I can have like 12 or something loaded up.
Yeah, and that's one that, I mean, it's my theme song. So.
Yeah, if you need to write down some sound effect ideas for me and send them to me if you get a chance, and I'll see what I can do. But My only challenge is I'm making it for myself is I'm trying not to duplicate anything.
Right,
if
which
possible.
I think that's supposed to be the goal anyway, I think, isn't it?
Because you actually register for a website for some reason.
Really?
Because it's like, hey, how can we... Because I don't know why. I just went to the website to check it out.
Because they want you.
Probably. Mm-hmm. And the one thing it says is like 70% of people drop out before they...
Oh, yeah. Well, it's 100 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
And I'm like, fuck this. If I can't take a picture of something that puts a smile on my face every day,
right.
What the fuck?
Titties! Oh. No, Tony, that's not a free license for you. Although, I will say this. If you can do 100 days of titties, they can't be the same.
Different titties.
They have to be different titties, and you also have to have some write-up to go with it.
Right.
You know, it can't just be, here's today's titties. It has to be, like, why those are today's
Although,
titties.
that's a strong hashtag.
They can be good or bad.
That's a strong Instagram hashtag.
100
Today's titties.
We invite everyone out there to, you know, and if you do, then...
make sure you tag us. I'm
right.
at Monotony _. Brian's at Stunami
right.
on Instagrams.
And the show has...
At Salty Language? Or is it Salty _language? I don't remember.
I think it's at Salty Language, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was actually one I could get.
Right.
Because I got it, like, we registered it pretty early. Yeah.
Yeah, hashtag today's titties.
Well, there you
Make
go.
sure you tag us.
Yes.
And then we'll read.
Yeah, maybe today's titties is better, because then if you miss, you know, you
Yeah.
can take the weekend off if you need to.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Although I kind of like the 100 days of titties because
So do I.
it's more of a challenge.
It is.
Also, one additional rule:
Yes.
if you get caught or some sort of confrontation over such, the story has to be posted with it.
Well, all right, fair enough.
Because otherwise, you have to follow the Seinfeld rule.
I was thinking they were...
It's like looking at the sun.
I thought they were consensual titties, but all
Well,
right.
they should be.
I guess they
but-
could be creep titties.
Well, creep titties would also be a good tagline. And I don't mean like you're a creep taking pictures of titties. I mean taking pictures of creeps' titties.
Some douchebag.
Yeah.
That clearly enjoys Whoppers.
Yeah.
With just big old rack.
Sitting at the beach, just breathing hard over the girls walking by. Me. Who am I kidding? I wouldn't be at the beach. Dude, you've seen it. I was out in the sun for like an hour and I almost combusted.
Yeah, I know. I was like, holy shit. Get a bucket of water on standby.
No, I'm not even a ginger. It's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I do come from a lineage of really white people, though.
Well, it's true.
English and Irish, they're not known for their tans.
Right.
Unless you're talking about, a black and tan, then maybe.
Delicious. Yeah. Love a black and tan right now.
You would.
Sounds great. So yeah, I think that about some. I'm trying to think of. I just got random other shit to talk about on my computer here as I'm doing violent hand motions.
I do like. Yeah, I'm always a fan of violent hand motions. You know that.
Violent hand motions.
Herm.
Herm.
I'm writing, so you should keep people entertained.
Oh, are we getting into stuff now or things?
Whenever you want to. We don't have to, unless that's where you're at with your.
I'm kind of out of random shit.
Okay.
Unless we want to talk about no, we'll get to that later. What?
Let's talk about Opie Anthony.
Right on.
Then we'll do the other.
Because creep shots. Because that's kind of what he got accused of.
True.
So there you go.
True. Yeah, it does kind of segue that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So I don't know if anyone here listens to the show, but Opie and Anthony from Satellite Radio, formerly of New York Radio, Anthony Cumia got fired over the weekend for going on a racist tirade on Twitter.
Which has since been removed.
Yeah, he took on all his shit.
Yeah.
But because apparently he was in New York and he was snapping pictures in the middle at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
As he does. Opie and him both do that.
Yeah, they're both like taking pictures.
Yeah, Opie like records like all the time.
He videos all the time.
He videos like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some black woman got caught in one of the pictures and was not impressed by it and like apparently punched him a few times. From what I understand.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it was a peaceful confrontation.
No, it does not sound like it's peaceful confrontation. But what a lot of people don't know about Ant is he has a New York concealed carry license. And he's armed constantly.
Yeah.
So,
and realistically, like, if you don't know that about him, you probably don't listen to the show.
Yeah, he's a gun nut.
He's a gun nut.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't mean someone who's just like, yeah, guns are all right. Like, he's a gun nut.
And you got to give him credit for not pulling.
Honestly,
if you're getting punched.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess, he went home or wherever he was at and went on a horrible, horrifically racist rant on Twitter.
Right.
But once again, if you've never listened to the show...
Yeah. There was a lot of generalization in there, which really didn't help his cause. I don't have the stuff in front of me.
Yeah, neither do I.
You can find it on Gawker, I think, has all his tweets and stuff.
It.
Yeah.
I know it was like, drops of animals and savages and called her a cunt. And,
Yeah.
You know.
In fact, you know what? If Gawker does have it, maybe we can put a link up to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, am I right?
I did.
But I like I said, I have a hard. I don't know where I'm at in this.
Right.
Because I get it. Because the dude is, I would have loved if he would have actually talked about it on the show instead of being shut down from his Twitter rant.
Yes.
But I also understand because he's pissed off and he's venting.
Yeah.
But, it's like, if you've never listened to the show, they talk about race on the show a lot.
Well, that's why they always used to have Patrice on there.
Yeah.
Was so that and it wasn't just like, oh, we have a black guy here, we'll talk a little about, I mean, like, Patrice got into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, deep into it. Again, anybody who knows who Patrice O'Neal was knows he was not afraid to talk about race.
Oh, he loved talking about race. Yeah.
So it's, and we're not in any way justifying
anything,
whatever here. Yeah. I'm with you, though, because it's like, I hate when people get fired for saying something.
Right, exactly.
Because it really bothers me. I'm really with Bill Burr on this.
Right.
Bill Burr, a few weeks ago on his podcast, was talking with his wife about people being stupid.
Right.
And he's like, instead of shutting these people up, you got to let them say it so that you can then correct them.
Yes.
He's like, if you just shut them up, they'll just keep on thinking it, and it'll never change.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas if you open the dialogue, even if they say something they shouldn't say, which Ant did, I mean, but it's still his right. I mean,
because it's a whole freedom of speech thing.
But on the flip side, it's also Sirius's right to go, we don't want the backlash.
And I imagine they probably took. All I know, they're taking a shitstorm of people unsubscribing.
Yeah.
Now.
Right. Because, there's the thing on wasitchange.org. There's a petition for
to bring him back.
Bring him back. That's not going to go through. People need to just get over it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's done.
He's probably done with them.
Yeah.
And honestly, their contract's up in October, and there's been off and on talk for a while that they may just be like, fuck it, we're out of here.
It always seems like Sirius has never been a big fan of them.
Right. And realistically, they don't need it. They've probably made enough money. They could probably just do a podcast.
Yeah.
Like a couple days a week or whatever, and still do...
Well, I know Ant's planning on doing his Live from the Compound show.
Yeah.
Which, if you've never watched, go on Ustream and watch the old ones, because they're hilarious. Because the dude put a full-blown TV studio in his basement.
Yeah.
Green screen.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and you'll get to see a lot of his guns in it.
Yeah, because he does karaoke while holding machine guns and shit.
Yeah, he's a nut.
He is a nut, but he's funny.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I have a hard time with this one, because I'm a big fan of him.
Yep.
Because I listened to the show for a while.
And we're both big fans of free speech. Not that we're advocating hate speech of any kind, but we are fans of free speech.
Yeah. And I wish he would have been able to talk about, because if you've never listened to the show, some of the rants he's gone on the show, some of them make you uncomfortable.
Right.
But at the same time, it's kind of like...
That's who he is,
who he is.
It really is who he is. I mean, he doesn't just do it on the show.
Yeah. And
he's been on Red Eye and done it.
Yeah.
He's been on...
Actually, he's supposed to be on Red Eye Friday.
That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I mean, and not to get too far into politics here, I mean, him going on Red Eye is a sympathetic ear.
Right.
It's
true.
But not that I would do it any differently. I mean... But
I know he's not, like, blind hate like a lot of, racists are.
Yeah. His diatribe this time felt a little more that way, though. I mean, because I think, was it him that made a comment about, that white people are kind of under attack and stuff or something? I'm paraphrasing. Right. Don't quote that. And it's like, see, the problem with that is people forget that there cannot be reverse racism.
Right.
Because in order to have racism, you have to be in a position of control or power.
Right.
And then exert that control or power to demean, belittle, keep other people from doing things. Nobody has had that power over white people ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Anywhere.
Yeah.
Like not in this country at least. Maybe in some other country, but not in America.
Right.
So you cannot have reverse racism in America. It's kind of like, misogyny, and when women hate on men, you can't have reverse sexism.
Right.
Again, men have controlled things for so long, and still do. The tide's changing some, but it's,
Right.
And I wish people could get over the ignorance there, because, I've seen a bunch of that, where people are like, oh, it's this and that, and it's like, it doesn't matter. So I saw somebody posted a thing that Jamie Foxx said something on one of his shows on Sirius that was... what was it? I think it was about Django Unchained, about how he got to kill like all the white people.
Right.
And he's like, how cool was that? And someone's like, well, why wasn't he fired? And blah. And it's like...
Well, it's also the dumbass pests of their show.
Yeah.
That are just been in an uproar.
Well, and that's the only issue I have is that most of the people I don't want to say most. Let me rephrase. There's a lot of people that will just blindly follow because there's yelling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm much with you on this. I'm really divided on
pretty much all the tweets I've seen from comedians are all like in support of him.
Sure, because it's a free speech thing to most comedians.
Exactly, and that's huge for comedians.
Now, out of curiosity, have you seen any minority comedians saying that stuff? Because I haven't really paid attention.
I am not 100% sure. I've seen like several tweets.
Right.
I'm trying to think of
because I follow Norton, and Norton really hasn't said a ton about it.
Right.
And I saw like Colin Quinn has posted a couple things, but he hasn't really gotten. I think a lot of people are trying to keep, like Jim Norton's probably in ways trying to like, hey, I'm going to keep my distance a little bit because if he doesn't, they'll fire him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not worth it.
Right.
At this point. I mean, Ant's already fired. He's not going to come back most likely. I'd be really surprised.
I wouldn't think so.
Not to mention, these guys have gotten themselves in trouble in the past for what they've said. And, you know, although Sirius... It's an interesting choice, though, because I'm sure they make them a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and I've seen some people, Howard Stern's done worse, and it's like, you know...
I mean, I saw a thing today that they've directly said that his firing is the reason why their stock dropped over the weekend.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
You know?
I don't doubt it at all. Because, I mean, it's one of, if not... It's one of their top shows.
Yeah, I'm sure it's them and Howard probably go neck and neck, I would assume.
I would assume Howard's probably bigger.
Probably, but who knows?
But who knows, yeah.
Because I know Howard's got a ton of time, because I work with a guy he's a Howard nut.
Yep.
And he's always bitching about how he's never on.
Oh, really?
He takes so many days off.
Oh, that's funny, because that's what, like, the Howard Stern show used to do that about Opie and Anthony, because they used to take so many days off, too.
I guess Howard only works a couple days a week, maybe.
Well,
But he's got fuck you money, big time.
Big time fuck you.
And
I mean, they probably...
America's Got Talent. I'm sure they do, too.
Now. Yeah, maybe not Norton, but...
Probably not.
O&A probably have fuck you money.
So, I don't know. Like I say, I'm... It's hard for me to say what I'm here for, because I understand why everyone's up in arms and pissed off.
Yeah.
But I really like Ant, and I just, I've been listening to the radio show so long, you just know the person.
Yeah.
Which just sounds weird, because you never met him, but you know him.
Right.
You know? Because I think radio and, like, podcasting, it's really, like, weird and intimate. You get to know people.
Well, it is, because you feel like you're part of a discussion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You feel like you're in the room with somebody rather than a TV show where you're clearly not, you don't feel involved whatsoever.
Right, exactly.
As far as that goes. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know this is definitely it's always interesting to me, because I always try to, if nothing else, I always try to look at what is said.
Right.
You know, like there's some things like when Imus said what he said.
Right.
You know, that was just an old fucker trying to get by, and I was just kidding, and that was just bullshit.
Yeah.
That dude's a racist old bastard.
Right.
I still support his right to free speech.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what he said, but it's still...
It's the old, right to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right. But again, the other side is, it's just like, you have the right to say whatever you want in this country.
Right.
But other people have the right to say whatever they would like back to you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes, and employers have the right to, hire and fire. I am curious to see if he does get brought back, because it's a really ballsy move by Sirius to knock him off of there. It's not like if it was Norton, as much as, I love Jimmy Norton.
Oh, yeah.
If he was the one that said it, you'd be like, well...
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not the Opie, Anthony, and Jim show. Right. It's Opie and Anthony, you know. Well, now it's not... I'm
kind of curious to see what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. The same with, like, Stern.
Yeah.
If Stern had said the stuff, and they, it's like, are you going to fire the biggest guy on the show?
Right, exactly.
And Opie and Anthony are,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been a chance to listen as much as I used to, because my XM kind of got fucked up in my work van.
Yeah.
But they've been saying for a long time that they want, like, they used to have visual elements. They don't anymore. They want all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the company just doesn't give it to them.
Nope.
So in October, it wouldn't surprise me if they bailed.
Yeah.
And started their own
That's
thing.
Like I said, I think it was before we started talking. It's like there's been talk about when their contract's up, they're gone ski, no matter what. So if Sirius feels that way, they're probably just like, whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to lose these subscribers, but in the by getting rid of him, then we won't have the excuse me, we won't have all the boycotters in the meantime.
Right.
I
mean, I don't know what sort of money like Corolla or Mark Maron or any of the top podcasters make.
Yeah.
But I know if they did a podcast, they would probably be in the top.
Well,
because
I'll tell
all
you
their
what.
audience would come with them.
Well, not just that, but they could probably do a subscription-based podcast.
That's been the talk.
And if they just do that, I mean, because you see it with all those others, like Corolla, Marin, Jay Moore, Aisha Tyler, they all have, like, the premium one.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony could just do that. They could still do their daily show, charge less money than Sirius kind of a thing.
Right.
And still probably rake bank off
I'm
of
sure.
it, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's probably a lot of people that just be like, fuck Sirius, and just subscribe to their thing.
That's when, I followed those guys on Twitter, and that's Anthony keeps retweeting people that are like, hey, here's my contract from Sirius that I, just canceled on. They'd offer me this and this. I've been subscriber since like 94, but I'm out.
Yeah.
Well,
sure, because that's the main reason. It was, it's the reason they paid Stern as much as they paid him was because they knew by doing that he was going to bring a shit ton of people. And obviously it's worked out because they gave him like another fuck you contract. So
it's crazy.
So it must have, must have done well enough.
So I'm curious to see what happens.
Yep. Me too.
I'm going to do my best to listen next week when they go back on the air. So see what the deal is.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that turns out.
And I know you got to find the right channels, but I know there's people that upload their shows to YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can, if you do some searching, you can find them.
Right. I quit listening to. Do they still put up the podcast?
Yeah.
That was a weekly one, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's
recap?
not always the recap. Sometimes they do old stuff. I haven't listened in a while because they keep putting up stuff that I've heard before, so I'm like, eh.
Okay, so never mind on that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me with this going on. Wouldn't surprise me if it's easier to find their content than it was before.
Right.
Because a lot of people might be like, fuck Sirius. And,
I'm sure.
You know what I mean? So, all right, well, let's move on to some things.
Things and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess since it's 4th of July, it's still kind of something we talked about. You heard about the dude in California, right?
No. Well, I don't know, maybe.
This dumbass. I don't even know how this is possible.
Yeah.
But a guy in California blew off both his hands when the thing went off prematurely. I just don't understand how you blow off both your hands. Because I've lit some fireworks. I've never had to hold one two-handed while lighting it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
This is why. It says a Northern California man igniting illegal fireworks. I don't know if maybe fireworks aren't illegal in California. I don't know. Jared, can you fill us in maybe?
What? I will say this. I'll guess they're not because of the wildfires.
That's probably very true.
So
maybe.
But who knows?
Jared, I would like some input.
Yeah.
Fireworks, legal? Illegal? Let me know.
We could Google search it, but it's all that work.
Listener interaction, Brian.
You're right.
Or Haas, or anyone in California listens.
Yeah.
Blew off both his hands when the device exploded prematurely. It doesn't happen to Santa. Officer Albert...
Once in a while.
Well, maybe.
That's why he's all the elves. They keep her primed.
No. Albert Morality? I don't know. The San Jose Police Department said the man in his 40s expected to live. Boo. The explosive went off in the man's hands as family members stood nearby on the late 4th of July.
Laughing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
I'm surprised there's not a YouTube of it.
It would have had to have been something pretty powerful, the sheriff told the San Jose Mercury.
No, he had snap pops.
He squeezed the box.
Yeah.
And it talks about other people who blew off fingers and hands. What fuck those guys?
Yeah, we could spend all day talking about that.
I just want to know how that guy blew off both his hands.
Clearly he's holding on to...
But I just want to know what it was.
Yeah. Obviously something pretty severe that... I wonder if it went off prematurely or if he just held on to it too long.
That's probably more...
It's kind of like in football. It's like, did the quarterback hold on to the football too long, or did the guy make a good move and actually cause a fumble?
Like he lit it, and he's like, well, I got to adjust this properly so it goes on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hope next year he's trying to light stuff with his hook hands.
And feet.
I'm
a monster!
He blows his feet up. That'd be awesome.
Right. Can't make a hook reference, and I'm not going to make a pirate reference anymore. I go right to Arrested Development.
You have to.
So, yeah.
Oh, my God. What's that guy's name? Stephen Hale, I think, who played Buster?
Seems right.
Seems
the last
right?
name's right, yeah.
Have you seen... I don't know if I tweeted this or... I might have saved it to post on our Tumblr, maybe. The Soup, him and
Joel
McHale did a spoof on comedians in cars getting coffee.
No.
But it's comedians in cars getting cocaine. It's hilarious.
No, I haven't.
It's like 3 minutes long.
Well,
look it up. Eventually, it'll probably be posted to our Tumblr. I'm guessing.
It should be on
which goes to our Twitter and our face page and, of course, our Tumblr.
I do declare.
I do declare.
We both reach for our lapels.
Yeah, that's a great
I know,
move.
right? It is, isn't it? I'm just picturing Boss Hogg. I got a cigar in one hand or a drink.
It's true.
A bourbon or a mint julep, if you will.
I would post it to the webpage, but our front page only really has room for 2 videos. So
Right.
I guess I could take down Dirty Halo, but it seems like such a crime.
Such a tradition.
It really is. I don't know. Maybe I'll post
If we
it.
ever start a production company, it's Dirty Halo Productions.
Oh my
man.
God, that's great. Dirty Halo Studios?
Yeah. Oh God.
Maybe not.
No, I think we're gonna stick with shameless plug.
Yeah,
'cause
good call.
Dirty Halo might be harder to get
Would
sponsors
be a good
for.
gamer tag, though.
Dirty Halo.
Yeah, just play Halo.
No, I wouldn't play Halo ever.
Always was betraying your teammates
Yeah. Oh God. You're just constantly getting like downvoted.
with a sword.
Well, of course,
Naturally,
as is tradition.
as is tradition. What do you got? Anything
The first story I had pulled up was the
in our things?
tater salad one.
Let's talk about tater salad.
All right. So, and I'm sure everybody's heard about this at this point because, like you said, unfortunately, when we start pulling stories, there's so many times we no more than record, and then, like, the next day, and it's like, especially when we've done Thursday recordings, I don't know how many times on Friday there's been something going, damn it, I want to talk about that.
Exactly, yes.
And then we have to wait a week for it. And although on this one I'm kind of glad that it's worked this way, a Columbus, Ohio man put up a Kickstarter looking to get, what was he trying to get originally? $5,000?
He's trying to get $10.
Oh, he was trying to get $10 to make tater salad.
Yeah.
And he is currently sitting at $42,718.
Which is mind-blowing.
Yeah, and he still has 23 days to go.
Yeah, and like I said, earlier today, it was at 70-something thousand.
Yeah.
And it just dropped.
I'm wondering if maybe there were some
Shenanigans?
yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
or something.
I love all his pledge levels.
Yeah.
One of them's like he'll carve your name into the potato, and it gets made into potato salad.
Right.
And he says your name while making it,
Right.
and you get a thank you. And I think if he's eventually throwing a party now because of the stretch
Here we go.
challenges.
Let's just go down.
Yeah,
some
go
of this
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
All right, $2 or more would have gotten you, or will get you, a photo of him making this potato salad, a thank you posted to the site, and he'll say your name out loud while making it.
It's a lot of names.
$3 or more will receive a bite of the potato salad, and then the other things I've already mentioned. $5 or more, the deluxe package. Choose a potato salad appropriate ingredient to add to the potato salad, along with all the other things.
That's 471 people did that. That's a lot of different ingredients.
I know, right? $10 or more, the platinum level. Hang out in the kitchen with me while I make the potato salad and the rest of the stuff. $20 or more, Potato Madness. Receive a potato salad themed haiku written by me. Your name carved into a potato. A signed jar of mayonnaise. The recipe. Hang out in the kitchen, and then the rest of the the same other stuff.
Yes.
$35 or more, which is sitting at 482 backers, is the Homage T-shirt. Receive a limited edition T-shirt designed and printed by Columbus, Ohio T-shirt company Homage. Also, a bite of the potato salad, and some of the other stuff. There's a little less of the stuff. It's not a complete add-on like most of them.
Right. Yeah.
50 or more, Potato Salads of the World. Receive a recipe book with potato salad recipes inspired by each country where we have a backer, along with a bite of the potato salad and blah, blah, blah.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, and those are the pledge levels. That's not even like his fucking, like his stretch goals are...
Well, the goals were hilarious.
Yeah.
Because his first goal was just potato salad.
Yeah, which, that's
Which
an
he
alright
met.
goal. He met that one pretty quickly. Yeah.
So then the stretch goals was update. We did it. Stretch goals. $35, which he obviously hit. He's going to make 4 times the amount of potato salad.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
$75, pizza party. $100, he'll try 2 different recipes.
Of potato salad.
Yeah. So, update number 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Update number 3, wow, you guys, and more stretch goals. If you hit $250, better mayonnaise.
From the natural food section.
Of course. Hit 300, he's going to call a chef to get a better recipe. Hits 350, make way more potato salad and do another recipe. So then they made the news. I think he was on Good Morning America today.
I think so, yeah.
His new stretch goals, if you hit $1,000, he'd do a live stream with the potato salad.
Hot.
Right? Mm-hmm. To fit $1,200, he would hire somebody to film a thank you for all the backers, which, of course, he hit.
Right.
So then the last stretch goal is $3,000, and he's going to rent out a party hall, invite the whole internet to the potato salad party, and because the internet loves potato salad.
Right. Only the $10 and above backers will be allowed in the kitchen, though.
Yeah, which I'm sure is, So,
the best part to me is the risks and challenges. Because it says it might not be that good. It's my first potato salad.
Yeah, that's strong.
That's a good way to start. And yet, even with that,
Yeah.
$42,719 as of the last time I refreshed the page.
You know, this guy was just like, I'm just going to make a funny Kickstarter and see what happens.
Yeah.
And now he's got 42,000, which is hilarious
and it's
growing.
And it's going to go through.
Oh boy, will it! I'm curious to see how this ends.
Yes.
On the flip side, though, there's suddenly going to be a lot of shitheads on Kickstarter doing dumb things.
Right. Yes. I have one issue with this whole thing.
All right.
It cracks me up. Whatever. Good on him for being able to get this kind of money for potato salad.
I agree.
Right?
I mean, Jesus Christ.
However, if any of these people who donated to this bitched about the Veronica Mars Kickstarter,
Right.
go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Because at least that was giving people a movie that they really wanted to see. This is making potato salad.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. You could have taken your pledge goal, gone to your local grocery store, and bought potato salad. So,
I mean, if
here's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so he wanted $10. So let's say he's sitting at let's say $30, right? How do you at that point go, well, this guy's got 3 times the amount of money he was looking for? How do you keep adding to it? And then not just at that point, but when it's at $20,000, how do you not go? Because I'm not putting money into that.
It hit the point of comedy,
right? Yeah, and
comedy
exactly.
and irony,
right? Because I'm sure because I first read about this on Reddit, of course.
Same here,
and I'm sure a bunch of Redditors are probably like tee and throwing whatever at it.
Like look, guys, let's upvote this potato salad.
I mean, it has 5,241 backers,
right?
I mean, it's sitting at. Jesus Christ, that is insane. That's a lot. Somebody must have pledged a bunch of money.
Right.
Because at 5,000 backers and $42,000, the math on that per donation is pretty insane.
Yes.
So somebody must have given a huge chunk of money.
Well, I mean, there's 903 for $3, 953 for $2, 1,500 for almost 1,600 for $1.
Yeah.
326 for 10. I mean, there's a lot of 248 for 25.
Yep.
91 for $50. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I know. Well, that's the thing.
For
it's
fucking potato salad.
The part that does kill me a little bit is, again, it goes back to the Veronica Mars kind of argument, which was there's people out there trying to truly make dreams come true, get books published, and various other, or get an invention back that, we've seen some really good stuff from Kickstarter.
Oh, for sure.
And, it's kind of a shame that, a guy wanting to make potato salad sits at $42,000, and there's other people who have legitimate things,
legit ideas,
and I've seen them have to relist it, to get any amount of money for it.
Exactly.
So yeah, but whatever. Yeah.
Now on the flip side, I have
on you, buddy.
something kind of related to this.
Okay.
It's a subreddit that I found that is quite silly.
Is it?
Yes. It's r/John Cena.
Okay.
Right?
Is it the guy that goes to the library that I sent you the picture of the one time?
No.
Okay.
But, so every post in here, I'm just going to give you some of the top post titles.
Oakley Dokley.
Leaked photo shoot for SummerSlam. Painted as picture of John Cena. Kickstarter to fund a John Cena project. Fans perform a song and dance routine dedicated to John Cena. John Cena turning heel for a movie role. It's all John Cena leak stuff, this, that, and the other thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go, I'm going to go, John Cena's new haircut. I'm going to click on this. It's a picture of potato salad. Everything in the subreddit is John Cena titles with pictures of potato salad. The Kickstarter for the fund a John Cena project is that Kickstarter.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So when people Google stuff...
Right. And John Cena's going to get a lot of hits.
He's going to get a lot of hits, and they click on it. It's just potato salad.
That's too funny. That's really smart. We should do that for the podcast.
It's so silly. Like John Cena benching 435 pounds raw. It's a big bowl of potato salad.
Well, as it should be.
It's so silly. But I love it so much.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is...
I don't even know where this came from. And then, let me see here. There's 1,200 people that subscribe to this subreddit.
Why?
I don't know.
Because, like, I can't imagine you're actually looking at all these pictures of potato salad.
No,
you know what I mean? It's like when you're combing through your subreddits each day, I can't imagine you're like, oh, I wonder if there's anything new. I mean, unless, pictures of potato salad get you high.
Apparently.
Then, if so, we have a much better website you should go to. That's Beardsoakers or whatever.
Beardsuckers.
Beardsuckers, sorry, yeah. Beardsuckers.
I should start that r/beardsucker.
You should. I guarantee. You know what? You really should, because I bet you money that you would get people like putting pictures in it.
You're probably right.
You really should.
Yeah, I should.
And you should put. We talked about this on our podcast, and then just see what happens.
Right.
Just what the hell.
And then I need to go to the beard subreddit and be like, hey guys, I just started a subreddit. I need pictures for it.
Yep.
Because those guys on that subreddit have some intense beards.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They'd probably show you like dipping their beards in.
I'm sure.
Frothy baths of things. Yeah. Pitchers of beer.
Pitches and pitches of beer.
Whores, maybe.
Whores.
Whores.
r/John Cena.
Good shit.
You got more stuff?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Chinese couple sells their children to traffickers, uses the money to buy in-game items. This seems like something someone in America would do.
It does.
I mean, Chinese people are crazy too, but, free-to-play games are all the rage in China, but Chinese gamers often shell out a small fortune for in-game items in their favorite games, like weapons and armor. A young couple in China took things too far when they sold their 2 sons to child traffickers and used the proceeds to buy stuff in online games.
That's interesting.
They're a young unwed couple from China's post-90s generation. In a television interview on Guangdong TV conducted from a local detention center. It's Guangdong. I'm not... I
thought we were just being silly.
No, it's Guangdong. It's Guangdong or something. I was actually trying.
Fair enough.
They revealed that their first child was not planned, and they had no intention of supporting the child financially.
Fuck this kid. I need armor.
Right? Instead, to avoid the financial burden, they sold him to Fujian-based child traffickers, as is tradition.
You'll have that.
But then the woman got pregnant again. The guy likes buying items in online games, and he likes staying out all night at internet cafes.
And barebacking, clearly.
Right? So many of their collective resources were going into his gaming that the two felt, again, that they wouldn't be able to support the child. So once again, they sold him to traffickers.
Wow.
Yeah. Kid, if this armor's pretty fresh.
Yeah. Ugh. Like, I'll trade you my child for a +5 sword of, fire.
Yeah.
And a ring of resistance.
Pretty good, right?
Seems strong.
I'm not going to read the rest. It's all about how sad child trafficking is.
Oh, wow.
No, it's like if you want to read about child trafficking, do that on your own time.
Exactly.
We're just here to bring you this stuff.
Oh, wait. Well, give me a sweet tank and roll the tanks.
You do have 2 kids.
I do.
One's a girl, though, so you're going to get a little less for her.
Yeah, but she's sassy.
Oh, it's true. It's true. I'm not being sexist there. I'm just staying in the China.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go to Fuji, right?
Mr. Fuji?
Fuji dust?
Nice.
Awesome. Only the finest Fuji dust.
Of course. Well, like he's going to use bottom shelf Fuji dust?
That's true.
It doesn't blind guys the same way.
No, not at all.
You may not win. All right,
it's not fine enough grit.
That's right. Nice.
Yeah, I got some more shit, Brian.
Well, let's hear your stuff. It's not shit. It's stuff. Or things.
Things. I got some more things.
We're both still having trouble staying with
this.
We're
not wording real well.
We're not.
No. So, LeBron.
Who? Never heard of him.
Rumor has it. He's leaving Miami. Check. I don't really follow the basketballs.
Maybe. He was meeting with Miami today. They were apparently like rolling out at everybody like they did when he first went there, which most people are interpreting as not a great sign for them keeping him.
Right.
Because, pretty much they figure if he really wanted to stay, they would pretty much just be like, so you're staying, right? And he'd be like, eh. But, yeah.
Well, I can only hope there's a primetime television show to let
everybody
know. There will
not be this time.
That's good.
Well, unless you count ESPN.
Oh, fair
because
enough.
I'm sure that's all they're fucking talking about.
Probably. But, I know, I hear Cleveland's trying to woo him back.
They
Check.
are, correct.
Well, Cedar Point, Brian.
Like, real quick, like the owner of the Cavs, Dan Gilbert, do you remember after LeBron left, he put up that big, like, letter in Comic Sans and everything that was all the rage on the internet? No longer on the Cavs website. That was taken down a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Cedar Point.
Because, he's the best fucking player in the league. Why? I don't care what happened when he left.
Yeah, bring him back.
You want him back.
You want him back.
Even as a Cavs fan, I'm not like, like, woo, LeBron's my dude. But it's like, look, if tomorrow they're like, hey, we signed LeBron James, I'm going to be like, good.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, he's the best player in the league.
Right.
Good.
No, Cedar Point reached out to LeBron on the Twitter machine.
Yeah.
That if he comes and plays for Cleveland, they will rename one of their coasters the King James.
Nice. I
Yeah.
hope it's like the Blue Streak or something.
That's what I was thinking. Some old rundown coaster. But what coaster?
They're like, oh, it was one that left and came back.
But what coaster would they rename? Apparently, according to this article, the overwhelming response on Twitter was the Mean Streak to call it the King James. And I don't know. I hope it's not because it's big and brown because it's a wooden coaster. I would sure hope it's not the reason.
Wow.
But I don't know what you would... The Magnum makes sense because it's tall.
Yeah.
Millennium Force, it couldn't. It's too famous.
Right.
You know?
The Magnum, I think, would be a good one.
Yeah.
Because you call that the King James. It's a big
coaster.
It's a big deal. People still love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be great if they took the front car off and made it look like LeBron's head. Kind of like the evil semi.
Like his hairline recedes as you're riding the ride.
Ouch.
He gets rings at the end of it.
Awesome.
Halfway through. Whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That if he comes back to Cleveland, Cedar Point will rename a coaster
That's
to King
interesting.
James.
I mean, I'm sure you remember, like, when the decision and everything was up before, like, everybody in Cleveland was trying shit. Like, you remember Michael Simon was like, you can eat in my restaurant for free, like, forever.
Right.
If you stay here and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, in the big scheme of things, this shit doesn't make two fucking bits of difference.
No.
It's like, look, if he's going to come back to Cleveland, it's because they, can pay him good money, which everybody can pay him similar money. Miami can pay him the most.
Right.
Because that's the way the league works, They can give him, what it is, they can give him one more year than anyone else can.
Yeah.
So it's in NBA contracts are guaranteed. So you get every cent of that. It's not like NFL where they could go, yeah, we'll give you another year.
Or will we?
I mean, some of those type of contracts, like in baseball, are ridiculous. Like, the Mets are still paying a guy named Bobby Bonilla, who hasn't played in, 10 years. They're still paying him for, a couple more years.
What was he doing, pushing a push broom around or something in the locker room?
No, they owed him so much money that what they do sometimes is they'll get with these guys and they'll break down the payments over, 30 years.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Anyway, so money's not really... It is and it isn't a factor. He took a little less money than he could have taken last time because he could have stayed in Cleveland, got that extra year and more money.
Right.
But the other side of it is all these contracts, if they're 5 years, there's an opt-out clause after 3 to 4 years. Almost every guy opts out because when they opt out, they get more money.
Yeah.
Not to mention it gives them good leverage for situations like this.
Right.
To where LeBron can go, I don't know if this is going to work again in Miami, or maybe Cleveland's got Kyrie Irving and they're putting some young guys together. Maybe they've got a chance to go do something. You know? So he has the chance to look around at all this. That's the kind of stuff that really makes the difference. I mean, and in the offseason, him and his wife still go back to Akron and live. So it's not like a lot of the guys where it's like, why would I want to go to Cleveland? It's Cleveland.
Yeah.
Especially after playing in South Beach. I mean, dude, you know, who wants to go from Miami to Cleveland? And I'm sorry, I mean, I love our state and everything, but
Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Although there's a lot of good eats in Cleveland.
But Miami.
It's true.
Miami's got a lot of good eats, I'm sure, as well.
I'm sure, yeah.
As well as, it's Miami.
But they don't have Michael Simon.
I'm sure they've got somebody,
You're probably right.
Yeah. And it's LeBron. He can afford to pay
whatever
whoever he wants to cook for him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess... I don't know.
I'd love to see it, though.
It caught my eye. I was like, huh, that's
I would
interesting.
Love to. It would be interesting to see if they do kind of retheme a ride as well as rename it, or if they just rename it and leave it alone.
Right.
My guess would be that's what they would
I would like to think, because that would cause some stir that they would retheme it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
they wouldn't have to do a lot, though.
Oh, just put
some new graphics.
Maybe give it, Cavs colors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're going to have to change a logo on whatever they rename, because all the rides have logos on the cars.
But I mean, say they did the Magnum, that would, breathe new life into the ride. People still love riding it.
Yep.
But if you get off, you walk through, they don't really do the after the Magnum pictures anymore.
Yeah.
They probably would if it was a King James.
Right, because people would at least go on.
It'd be kind of like Cavs merch almost.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the Cavs got in on something.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. So,
but yeah.
There you go.
That's also our basketball talk for the week.
Yeah, which I very rarely get into.
I noticed.
I'm trying to pick up...
no Tate here, there's no
trying to pick up her
talk.
slack.
Yeah. You got more stuff? I don't have any.
I got a follow-up from an old story.
Excellent.
Du-du-du-du.
Even though follow-ups are supposed to go at the front of the show. What are you doing?
I'm bringing it in the end.
All right, fine.
You remember back in the day when we talked about ICP suing
Yes.
about being a gang?
Yep.
Well, the government said, fuck your case. You a gang, son.
Yep.
And they've been, or is the, I love the way, loosely organized hybrid gang is what they've been labeled.
Right.
So the Juggalos, any Juggalos to listen, Chris, if you do listen, I don't know. Welcome to the gang.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, federal court can't be blamed for any fault from 2011. Oh, 2011? Really? That was that long ago?
It was.
Report to put a gang tag on fans of music group Insane Clown Posse, a judge said. They were targeted by police because they have jewelry tattoos, the group symbol, the Hatchet Man, of course.
Yep. I would imagine the FBI really does this probably for any group of people who do similar activities.
I would think so.
It's probably just status quo for the FBI.
Probably.
A large group of people that, again, if there's, like any gang, if there's colors and various stuff assorted with it.
At a concert, it looks like like the stupid baseball guys from the Warriors are there with all their face paint and shit.
Yeah.
It might as well be called a gang.
Yeah. Well, and they're, a lot of their shit goes down without that big of a deal and everything.
Yeah, from what I hear, the old, what the fuck's it called? The Gathering, I hear it's a great time. Mm-hmm. It's not really for me.
Right, same here. But at the same time, there's, again, if it's any large group, because there's going to be people who will identify with and use it to,
do shenanigans.
Yeah,
and then others are just like,
it's not so much that it's not like ICP's getting up there telling people to go fucking,
Yeah, exactly. Like, that Hatchet Man thing? We actually want you to run around with hatchets.
Yeah, cutting people up, please.
Yeah, it'd be like the, what the fuck is it? The Crazy 88s from Kill Bill, and they all have those little axes, Yeah.
Nice, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Follow-up is Juggalos officially, a loosely organized hybrid gang.
Right.
They're not officially a gang.
Which is probably, honestly, on like the scale, it's probably toward the bottom. It's just like we keep an eye on these guys just in case. Not so much ICP, but, big groups of people.
Right.
If there's big groups, and crime happening, they're going to make sure that they're checking. Just like in gang areas, if there's a bunch of crime happening, they're going to sweep for the gangs to make sure, it's the same idea. Now, it'd be different if they also put it into law in places. Now, what is interesting is it does make me wonder, like some areas have like those gang task forces that anytime someone's picked up for whatever, like they can do sweeps and basically make you show them like your tattoos or your colors and whatnot. So it makes me wonder a little bit if
Juggalos are going to get swept up into it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of people around here because we're so close to Detroit that are huge ICP fans.
Yeah.
And they got the tats and,
shit on their cars. And, Yep.
I don't know. Never really did it for me.
No, me either.
Yeah.
But, the only thing I like that, really is associated with them is, I'll drink some Faygo.
Faygo's pretty sweet. Yeah.
But I don't enjoy pouring it on myself or others.
No, I'll just, get a little rock and rye in my face.
Unless I'm coked out and there's whores involved.
Well, that's true.
But, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Besides unlimited rape.
Well,
Naturally.
No.
But I as a gang, I'm sure there's some nonsense that goes down with Juggalos every once in a while.
Yeah.
But if there was like a ye olde time Braveheart field of battle, and it was like the Latin Kings and the Juggalos,
yeah,
I'm gonna side with the Kings here.
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Because, whatever. But, yeah. Because it's not like you hear. You don't really see a bunch of and again, we live very close to the heartbeat of their fan base. You don't go around seeing a lot of ICP based tagging.
No.
Every once in a while you'll see something, but I always kind of
Now do you mention that? I don't think I've seen anything like that in a long time.
Exactly. I was going to say, and if you do, it's probably more because it's that stupid kid who sits in his desk in school and scratching Metallica in the desk or something.
Yeah, with his exactly.
Pencil, with the eraser.
So he's scratching I wonder Ringmasters or the fuck they're called. I know. From what I remember, right from my my ICP lore, each album was a different clown or ringmaster.
For a while, yeah.
And then it was supposed to be this last album, and then it was fucking over, man. And I don't know. I'm looking at
unfortunately, it wasn't.
I'm looking at pictures of Shaggy and Violent J.
Yeah.
I had to look at the caption because I forgot the other guy's name.
Right.
And
the guy from Smash Mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guy Fieri.
Buddy.
I just love that. Did you see that thing where it's like the dude from Smash Mouth, him and Guy Fieri, and it shows him like morphing from one to the other?
I haven't seen that, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and it's not too far off.
Hold on. That would be the perfect image for this story.
Oh, yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
ICP, Guy Fieri.
I can't remember the guy.
Oh, there it is. Smash Off ICP Guy Fieri is a Google search.
Of course it is. It's Google.
Why wouldn't it be?
Everything's a Google search, right?
Holy shit. Yeah, they could easily be the same people.
Yeah, right? It'd be hilarious if they were.
That is insane.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Oh, I'm saving this image so I don't forget it. That is wild, though.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever got these pictures, like all the heads are at the same angle.
Yeah, yeah.
And it could very easily.
Yeah. It's like I kind of want to see them all in one place just to make sure now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It would be really funny, wouldn't it?
If
someone
I
lived
ever
like a life like that.
That would be funny. If I ever hear Shaggy 2 Dope say that their next album is off the chain, we'll know.
Yeah.
We will know.
Yeah. Especially if he's, pouring...
God, I didn't realize Smash Mouth guy was that fat.
Really? Did you never see him before?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No. He's got quite the ham neck.
Didn't pay attention to him at the end of Rat Race, I take it?
Oh, was he in that movie?
It's at the very end. The very end of the movie, they all end up at the concert.
Oh, shit, I don't remember.
And they're all
that.
on stage with Smash Mouth
I
while they're
do
playing
not remember that.
All-Star.
I see he's got the chin strap beard so you can see where his chin is.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's just one like amorphous blob of a head.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty impressive.
Right?
Yeah. Huh. See what Shrek money gets you?
I know, right?
Buffets. Lots of buffets.
True enough. True enough. Oh, shit.
Wowzer.
Wowzers, you say?
Wowzers.
Like Inspector Gadget?
Oh, yes. I'm going to try to voice. You
Yeah.
get no voices for you this week.
You're no Don Adams.
No. Was that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Yep.
Did he do Professor Claw?
No.
Fuck Don Adams then.
I don't know. I don't know who did the voice of Claw.
Probably no one we know. It's probably like the gaffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you, come over here and I'll get you again.
And he's like, "Hey," he just like smoked 18 packs a day.
It was Lemmy from
Always.
Motorhead.
Nice.
That would have been fucking sweet.
That
I'm
would
sure it
have been
wasn't
sweet.
Lemmy, though. It was the mole on his face.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I really thought I had something else, but I think I'm out.
Trying to think.
What are we at time-wise?
We are at 1 hour and 47 minutes.
That ain't bad at all.
So, yeah, it's a show.
It's a show. It's definitely something.
It's always something.
That's very true.
We've definitely put our stamp of approval on that one.
Indeedly.
Damn it. Every time someone says something about like a Flanders saying or whatever,
Right.
now, all I can think of is that picture that's she wants the diddly.
You know, it's funny you mention this.
Fucking love that picture.
I still have the app on my phone, that SMS Rage Face,
Yeah.
which has a million pictures you can just
I
text
finally
people.
deleted it off of mine because
It
it's
takes
just
up a lot of
such
room.
Huge app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just put some new pictures in there, and one of them is Flanders. It's all in black and white, and he's looking through the window, and it just says, "Prepare your diddly hole." Which is just fantastic. I haven't had a chance to use it yet.
Pretty good.
But it's fantastic.
Yeah, I was just looking through my phone the other day, and I was like, wow, I have a lot of really good pictures in here. I should probably get off of my phone, because I have like almost 1,000 pictures on my phone
Dude,
now.
you got nothing. I got like 1,400.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I should probably start taking some of these off of here, though, because I've already used them, and once I use them, I kind of, some
Yeah.
of them I keep for
Future.
repeat, but
Yeah.
there's some of them that I'm not going to
I got
use
so many pictures on my phone, it's retarded.
Yeah,
What are you going to do, though? I take a lot of pictures.
yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get rid of them, too.
It does.
I like with mine, I can hook it up to my computer,
Right.
and basically go through and click them, and then just bulk delete.
I can kind
Much
of do
easier
that.
than
Right?
yeah.
Like, I can take them and copy them off my phone or my computer.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the weird thing. In my phone, they're all in the orientation I took the picture of.
Right.
When I copy them onto my computer, they just do whatever the fuck they want to do. Sometimes they're upside down. Sometimes they're sideways.
Fuck your orientation.
Exactly. So then if you're like, oh, I'm going to look at my pictures on a slideshow. Nope. You got to go through and fix them all first.
Wow, that's
It's
weird.
really dumb.
Well, mine's on a Mac. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's Apple going, fuck yo HP. Look what I do. I piss on your HP.
I'll tell you what, if I was a computer company, I would do
Yeah,
something like
the,
that.
The fuck yo. There's a line of code that just says fuck yo HP.
Oh, that'd be great if there was. It's just buried somewhere.
Yeah.
Somehow no one ever found it.
Well, I saw something weird on Reddit.
Huh.
that in every Windows, until probably the most recent updates of Windows or recent versions, that there's a line of code. It's code like line 666 that's specifically there for Doom, because Doom was so popular.
Wow.
And it's got to the point that they were just like, it was too much work to just write the code out, so they just left it there.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Huh. You would think at some point it would have been easy to take out because it's just code.
Yeah, but it was just one of those things that they put it in because Doom was such a popular game at the time that everyone had it.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a Mac at the time, and I was so happy when they were like, Doom on Mac, and I was like, hot damn.
Finally, I could slay demons.
Even though I'd already beat it, on your computer.
Yeah, always good for replay, though. Fuck, I got Doom 2 on my Xbox. Because it was like the arcade version or the download was like $2 one day.
Right.
I'm like, why wouldn't I play Doom 2?
True. Yeah, I agree.
I occasionally freak out the kids by playing it. Because there's still moments when it's like, you turn the corner, it's a fucking cyber demon or something staring at you.
So you know what? Going back to my talk about Preacher real quick, one of my favorite parts about rereading that book is that book came out in the 90s. That was like when we were... Yeah, we were both in high school when Preacher came out, I think.
For sure, yeah.
I think it ended after we were out of high school, though.
Right.
Or at least I was. I don't know if you still... I can't remember when it ended.
I don't know.
Anywho.
I can find out real quick while you talk.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm sure there's a wiki for it.
Oh, God. Definitely.
So, anyway, all the advertisements in it are 90s. They're all from the 90s. So, as I'm flipping through it, you see advertisements for, like, this Sunday on MTV, Alice in Chains Unplugged.
That must be kind of cool.
Right? So, and then there's, like, do you remember there used to be ads?
Ended in 2000.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, August of 2000.
Oh, it ended much later than that. Yeah. When did it start?
95.
Okay, so it okay.
It was right in our prime.
Right, so my senior year of high school is when it started, and then, okay.
Yeah.
So, anywho... The advertisements in it, like I said, there's that one, and then there's some, like, do you remember, like, for alternative music, they used to put, like, on a page, there'd be, like, 2 pictures of the CDs, and they would be, like, new hot music or new fresh music or whatever.
Right.
But it was all, like, kind of dark and whatnot, because,
grunge. Yeah.
Plus, it's in a Vertigo book, so, edgy. And... flipping through that, and then there's the, the Columbia House and the Sci-Fi Book Club and all that shit. And oh man, just some of the advertisements.
That must have been kind of cool to go back through.
Some of it, I'm just like, oh, the graphic design work is so atrocious. Like looking at it just as from a timeless perspective.
Right.
Some of it is just like, God, this is so like there is no way you can look at that and not go, that is easily from the 90s, like mid 90s.
I think it's
Because if it was earlier 90s, you'd still have a little more neon and whatnot with it,
Right.
But by the time the mid 90s hit, it was all about the grunge and meh.
Meh.
Well, I always figured that like our generation should be called the meh generation because that's kind of,
That's fair.
That's what we were. We were like,
Where is it?
For a long time.
Maybe this is it. There's a Reddit, subreddit, that I kind of peek at every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is it. Obscure Media, maybe?
Okay.
It's just a bunch of, like, old weird commercials or old weird TV shows. It's actually kind of interesting, some of the shit.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, that's why I love this stupid Reddit.
Yeah.
Because anytime you want to find something weird, you just go there.
Well, that's why I said it's, it's definitely cracked me up going through that looking at some of that stuff because obviously I remember a lot of it because it's right in our wheelhouse.
Big time.
And a lot of the music was stuff I was aware of.
Some of my favorite stuff to listen to is 90s rock.
Oh, mine too.
Because that was, like you said, and it was in our
prime, Brian. Yeah, it's just like anybody. That's generally what happens is when you hit it, there's that like 10-year span that's your music basically, and then that's kind of sticks with you forever. And you veer off, but most of the time you end up this is when music was the best, man.
Shit, man. Yeah. You fucking kids
and mine obviously is
your wubba wubba music.
Wubba wubba music. Mine's obviously, big bands and from the 20s.
Well, naturally. A little swing music.
Of course.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies, that was 90s.
That was in the 90s, you're correct.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Yeah, them and the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
You betcha.
And
there's another one, too.
Well, there was like some of the ska stuff, like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
I can't go wrong with a little ska. Sublime had a little ska in it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's interesting how much Alice in Chains stuff is listed because that was when I can't think of the name of the thing. It was like a greatest hits collection of Alice in Chains.
Right.
It was like from the vault or from the box or
Should have
something
been called
like that.
Alice Unchained.
No.
No.
Damn it. It's too bad they released it when they did. If they just waited like one more album, they would have pretty much had all their stuff.
It's true. I had to run.
Stupid. Damn. What's his name? ODing?
Horse will do that to you.
Lane Staley. Yeah.
Yeah.
True enough.
True enough.
That's what'll happen. The life of a rocker, right?
Rock and roll, baby. All the rock and rollers are all vegan and straight edge.
I know, right?
They're having an awesome
Jerks.
rock. Exactly.
Everybody knows all the best music ever was written while people were fucking out of their mind on stuff.
Beatles.
Pretty much anything from that
You
era.
go from She Loves Me, yeah,
to weird shit.
to Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah. But it's like, half the best music. I mean, look, there's a reason that, the stigma of Joplin and Hendrix and Cobain all dying,
Yeah, the 27 Club.
The 27 Club,
Was
yep.
Joplin part of it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't sound like it, but she was.
No.
Yeah.
That was like, she had the craziest voice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But that's, what are you going to do?
It's true.
I mean, Cobain's wasn't drugs, his cause of death, but he took a different kind of pill.
Yeah. It's called the old silver salad. That's what it is.
Okay, so you say silver salad, and the first thing that, if you're a little warped, your head should probably go to is if it's really going to do anything is an old person getting their ass eaten, right? Okay. However...
I didn't think of that at all, but now that's all I'm going to think of.
However...
All night.
Being a geek, I'm thinking Silver Samurai getting his salad tossed.
Or Silver Surfer.
Or Silver Surfer.
Like, I'll give you the power cosmic.
Yeah.
Silver balls on the nose.
What is he, hanging out with Santa now?
Silver balls. That's how Mrs. Claus likes it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'll make like your surfboard.
Exactly. Airtight.
Ride this. Yeah.
You got, Santa, Silver Surfer.
Yeah. She's like, bring on Galactus. You catch my drift.
Oh,
here's a planet.
Luke Cage shows up.
Oh, wait. No, not him. You need, oh, fuck. I can't think of his name. It's Danny something, but Iron Fist.
Oh.
That's the one you need.
Right. We all know Mrs. Claus is a skier, if you know what I'm saying. One in each hand. She loves the downhill.
This is fucking awful.
Christmas in July, Brian.
I know, right? Look what we're doing to comics characters, though.
Making them Banks and Mrs. Claus.
Man. What were those guys called together? It was something for hire. Heroes for Hire.
Yeah. Boy, were they.
Boy, they're hurting for some guys.
Yeah. They're like, oh,
do you know what it is? They ended up like doing that. They basically are the sexual investigators from Preacher.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm really going to have to go back and read Preacher.
You really do.
Yeah.
You really do. Because, like I said, just going back and rereading it, and it's...
Yeah, I might have to even start tonight. I don't know.
You should. It's just...
I mean, I've read the first couple like graphic novels because I read them in high school and I would read them over and over because they're so fucking good.
Yep.
But it's been so long.
Yeah. Nah, you gotta go all the way back because I remembered a lot of it.
You have to go from all the way back.
And I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna read it all. Because
you know what? God damn it! Salty language stamp of approval. Preacher.
Double stamp of approval.
Double mushroom. I really need. I need a picture.
It's the Eiffel Tower of approval.
I'm gonna order a double mushroom pizza and snap a picture of it, so we can have a double mushroom list on our fucking website. Hold on.
Yes.
Notes.
This is brilliant. I like this idea. Well, while Tony's doing that, I'm gonna wrap up the show because we're almost at 2 hours now. So, go to saltylanguage.com. Click on all the shenanigans that apparently Tony's going to have listed up there.
Double mushroom.
I plan on putting up another blog this week. Maybe I'll write some, fanfic of Santa Claus and Heroes for Hire.
Wait.
What?
Someone needs to illustrate this.
Yeah, not it on that one.
You got...
We'll get a hold of Plicky, see if he's got someone for us.
You got Santa just plowing Mrs. Claus. Right?
Listen, I don't want to... I want someone to do this of their own free will.
I'm just throwing out my idea.
Oh, okay.
All right,
okay.
Santa's plowing her. Of course, she's on her back. Legs akimbo. Right? And there's elves, and they're tickling and doing... And they're made into Miss Ponchos.
Obviously.
Because they don't want nothing to do with that.
Right.
And then Mrs. Claus is ski pulling Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Right.
Power Man, whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then Silver Surfer is just teabagging her because she's, eating a silver sapling.
Right.
That's what I'm seeing. And it's and she's on his surfboard.
Well, of course.
Yes.
Like, what is she, one of those sushi girls?
Kinda.
Oh, shit. Meanwhile, Galactus is on his way.
Oh, God. He's up there. He's looking through the atmosphere, just furiously beating off.
Oh. Can you imagine the fucking...
Like, oh, good, look, a new comet.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oof.
One of those
Imagine
things.
that in orbit.
I know, right? One of those things hits a planet.
Oh, boy.
Picture being Silver Surfer flying around. You gotta watch out for those
It's
wads.
true.
Galactus, eater of worlds.
Eater of worlds.
Oh, shit. Every time he's just like beating off, he's just like, oh, and it's like planet. It's already habitat.
It's all dark matter is. Galactus shits.
Why can't it be traced then?
he's like a cat. He buries it.
That's actually what rips in the space-time continuum out.
Yeah, exactly.
Our anal fissures for Galactus. That's horrible.
Woo. All right.
I really want to keep going on this now.
We could. That's the problem.
I know.
That's what happens with us.
I really want to. God damn it. Somehow Mr. Fantastic is going to have to get involved in this.
She's in the bondage.
No, Mr.
Oh.
Oh, you mean...
Yeah, because she's all tied up with, with
gotcha.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck were they called? God damn it,
Who's they?
Huh?
Who's they?
Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic.
And they were a team?
No. Remember, they're like the... God, I can't believe
Nerds?
I can't remember this. Basically, but they're the... Tony Stark's one of them. They're like the protectors of everything. Like, they banish people to the...
I do not recall.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I have the internet, though.
So that's not the Defenders, is it?
I don't know, man. Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, and Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Which is also a great Saturday night for Mrs. Claus.
Boy, you betcha. The Illuminati.
The Illuminati. Okay, well, that's funny. That
makes sense.
Popped into my head, and I was like, nah, that doesn't seem right. I'm just dumb.
Yeah, let me make sure here. Yeah, Illuminati.
That makes sense then. Okay, yeah, because they were like the protectors of our galaxy.
According to the Illuminati #1, it looks like Namor is part of the group.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As well as Professor X.
Oh, yeah. Forgot. Not anymore.
No. You'll have that.
Yeah.
You want the current roster of the Illuminati?
Yes!
Current roster.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell on the mic.
Beast.
He's smart.
I guess. Black Bolt, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Hulk / Bruce Banner, Iron Man, Maximus, from Gladiator,
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic, and Namor.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Go through that list again, because there was something I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was now.
Beast, Black Bolt, Black Panther.
Oh, there we go. Did you see the T-shirt that says like "Save Wakanda" by any means necessary?
I did
it's a Black
see that.
Panther shirt.
Very strong.
It's a great shirt.
Yes.
All right. Well, enough of this silliness. I'm sure we'll do horrible things to Santa Claus and/or comic characters again in another episode.
Dude, it's so random with our show that
It's true.
it'll happen.
It's true. Yeah, see, I don't want to illustrate this kind of thing.
No, somebody needs to.
Somebody does. I don't want to do it, though.
I mean, I could, but it'd be stick figures blowing each other, like my T-shirt I sell.
That's fine. You need to just do that so we can put a shirt up somewhere. It's just stick figures doing things.
Like old stick figures got like the Iron Fist like bandana.
Yeah. That's all you have to do. It's kind of like Cyanide and Happiness. They're essentially stick figures.
Yeah.
Just put a mask on Iron Fist.
Right.
And just put a little glowy whatnot around his hand. There you
perfect.
go, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Luke Cage.
Iron Fist. We know his special move.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
That's no good. Mrs. Claus loves it, though.
She does.
Yeah.
Right in the dumper.
Right in the dumper.
Ouch. Power Man, you got to go with like 70s Power Man with like the yellow shirt
and the big, huge lapels, the chest hair.
You have to go that way. I
think he had a chain.
I don't remember. I don't want like the current look.
No.
Oh, yeah. I want it done right.
You've got to do it right.
Same with Iron Fist, actually. Can you put the like giant lapels on it?
Oh, definitely. Come on now.
All right. Yeah, so basically just steal Cyanide and Happiness' style, but
doctored up.
Yeah, you don't even have to doctor it up that much. You just have to put an identifier on each one.
Yes.
That way we know who it is. Like Iron Man's pretty simple,
Right.
Put some various gadgetry in his crotchal region, and there you go.
Boom. Wait, I didn't know. Is Iron Man there, too?
No, sure, why not?
He's filming.
Who isn't? He's got one of his new suits he wants to test out.
I guess.
It's got a zipper mask. So it's all still metal. It just has a zipper mask on it,
It's Iron Man shows up to fight crime, and he's all like S&M.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what the fuck? Oh, wrong suit.
Oh, my bad.
He's in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Got the alert.
Yeah. Pepper's still tied up back at the place.
Exactly. He goes to shoot missiles, but dildos pop out of his shoulder. Like, oh fuck, I forgot. I don't have the missile launcher in this one.
All right, I might have to do something with the S&M Iron Man.
All right. Oh,
I actually have an idea for that. I may have to post something.
Excellent.
God damn it. Okay.
It's been a silly show.
It has. But yeah, like I said, so for each character, just put a little, if you're doing Namor, it's no big deal. It's just his, stupid trunks and his pointy
just
ears.
wings off his stupid feet.
Right, yeah. So,
Which I never understood, because he's in the water. Why do you need wings? Dick.
So he can fly.
Oh, okay.
Duh. Maybe he had a Red Bull. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Quit bringing the show to a
should
screeching
really be the Red Bull, what the fuck? No. The Red Bull sponsor, not sponsor. Fuck me. Punch it out.
mascot?
Yes!
Okay.
I was giving up on that one.
I noticed. I saw the towel. I was like, no, don't throw it in
yet.
Like
I said, I pulled the ejector lever. And I just,
Then you realized it wasn't the ejector lever.
Yeah.
Well, it ejected, but...
Yeah. Galactus.
Yeah. Oh, God. Cosmic goo everywhere.
Making asteroid belts.
Instead of pearl necklaces?
We all know what happened to the dinosaurs now.
Oh man.
Just dropped a load on the planet.
And that's where humans came from.
A ferocious load.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
He'd been saving up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Dropped it right in the Goldilocks zone. Oh, fuck. All right. We need to wrap this shit up.
We do. All right. If you want to hear more of this kind of a thing...
And you will.
Go to the donate button. Throw us a bunch of money. We'll do a whole podcast where we just talk about ungodly things with comic characters.
We'll come to your house. Just talk to you about this.
Slow down. Slow down.
All right. Depends on who they are.
We have to have approval.
True.
And no catfishing.
Catfish is delicious, though. If there's catfish po' boys, I'm in.
Okay, that's different.
All right.
I'm talking more like, someone pretending to be a hot dame because they know we have weaknesses for those.
I don't pretend to exist. I assume they're all hot dames.
Well, that's because, God damn it, what was it we used to say about you? You just, push through anyway or something. Do you remember?
If the door's open, I'm coming in.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's exactly it. Yep. So, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But click on the donate button on the website, help us out, or go to the Amazon link at the top of the page on saltylanguage.com. Buy all sorts of things.
Buy some shit.
Preferably for us.
Yeah. Remember, coupon code salty.
Right.
Wait.
No.
That won't get you anything.
Buy me lots of art supplies and I'll draw you things.
There you go.
If you donate enough, I will. I'll. You know what? If someone would donate $50, I will draw a mighty from. They used to have these things called Mighty Mugs.
Right.
They were collectibles. I have templates for them. I will do up an S&M Iron Man for you.
Ooh.
If someone does that.
Wow.
Not that I think I'll get any biters on it, but what the hell?
You never know.
What the hell?
Now, is this one that you'll send them?
Yeah, I'll send it to them.
Okay.
No copies, nothing. I'll do it up. I'll send it to you. It'll probably be in marker or something like that, but...
There you go.
Yeah. I'll have a little fun with it.
So,
and I'll have Tony draw something on there, too. Just go with it.
Okay. Yes.
Basically, what I was going to do was just draw with my right hand and sign your name.
Perfect.
It's pretty similar. No, I'm kidding.
I'll just fire paintballs at it.
Painted! Yes. That's what I'll draw. Tony will color and ink it. Oh, right. Tony will put up a bunch of shit this week. I'll probably put up another blog. Because I'm thinking that my Napalm the Earth thing's just I'm gonna try to shoot for weekly and on our site, and if the other, I still haven't been able to get it to work right. I gotta talk to Oz.
Damn it, Oz.
It's really not his fault, but whatever. Either way, I'm gonna have it up on our site.
Fair enough.
Because
why not?
Well, I'm trying to force myself to do some more creative stuff, whether it's my shitty writing or drawing S&M Iron Man.
That's pretty strong.
Or Iron Men. as it were. I'll put it this way: if you donate 50 and donate 50 again, or 100, I'll do another one of the characters we've talked about. For each $50, you can choose which character I draw.
Oh, my.
How about that?
Oh, my.
S&M Iron Man, easily my favorite.
That's pretty strong. It really is.
However, I will draw any of them. I won't necessarily tell you what I'm going to draw, but
Right.
I will draw a character of your... In fact, even if we didn't mention them, I'll do a character of your choice.
Wow.
And in case you don't know, I do have, some artistic
does have art
talent.
skills.
Yeah.
What Brian's saying is support the podcast.
Please.
And get stuff Paddock.
Yeah. Like, I'll draw a picture of Zipper Mask Tony if you want me to. That's going to cost you more, though.
It's true.
That'll be negotiated separately.
Yes.
Because I need reference photos and not really wanting to see that.
Yeah.
Anywho, while you're on the site...
Man, I think a zipper would get caught up in all this.
I know, right?
That would suck.
Man.
That's a weird upside down zipper on my forehead. Just beard coming out the eye holes.
That would be great. You need to make that happen.
Am I doing this right?
Obviously. While you're on the website, click on the PodGods link and check out the other shows on the PodGods network, which we are affiliated with.
Indeed.
I feel that... I don't know. I just totally lost it. I'm just...
Salty_language on the Twitter machine.
Yeah, we can go to that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm at Stunami on Twitter.
Brian is at Stunami. I am at Monotony on the Twitter, and I am really attempting to tweet at least a couple things a day.
Right.
I don't know why I have such a hard time with it. I just lose interest.
It happens.
It does.
Again, if you want to, with Instagram, if you want to take part in Today's Titties, if you'd like to submit Today's Titties, we'd also take those.
Yeah,
but
tag us in the photos.
Right. Tag us in the photo. And I'm not meaning like women submitting their titties, although that's fine too.
Fine.
But I was meaning more of like if other people want to,
right?
Like just take part in it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can post Today's Titties. Also, like Tony said, tag us in the picture.
Yeah, if tag, I'll repost it because why
I still
not?
haven't figured out how to do that.
Me neither, but I will.
I'll figure it out.
If I have to screen cap and edit it, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, you tag us at Salty Language or one of our other names.
Exactly. Monotony _ and your Stunami.
Right.
It's been a while since we threw this out there, but god damn it, leave us a voicemail. 415-857-2589.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, got me.
Because why not?
Right. Call in. Let us hear your sultry voice.
Exactly.
Or, suggest a topic for the show that way.
Or your Mrs. Claus sex fantasy.
Right. Or if you have a question for us, submit it that way. Or you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com.
Like, if you want to, I want to hear what your perspective is if the X-Men would use their excellent team tactics on Mrs. Claus.
Damn it, that's what my blog was going to be about. Shit! You son of a... Now I have to pick another group.
Fastball special!
Oh, man. Wolverine just getting whipped at you. Anyways. Oh, man.
Kitty Pryde phases into the vagina.
Nice. Nah, she just phases up into the ace.
Oh, yes.
Tickles the prostate a little bit, and then bang, she's out of it.
Throwing mutant juice everywhere.
Wow, that's...
Bamf?
Oh, God. Nightcrawler has to do that, right?
Yeah.
Bamf! Except for the smoke because that probably smells like sulfur or something.
That would be
That's
funny.
probably a tad off-putting.
In mid-gasm, he just teleports away accidentally.
Right? Well, that's his version of pulling out. Nah, baby, I swear I won't get you pregnant. Bamf!
Bamf! He teleports to his jizz room.
Also known as the room Professor X keeps his hot face towels in. To keep his head nice and...
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just has no idea that it's all soaked in Nightcrawler jizz.
As is Beast. Anywho. All right.
Oh, my God.
Is there anything else?
I don't know what else we could possibly do.
I'm trying to think if there's something I haven't plugged on the site. I think that's everything.
I think so. I am going to add a double mushroom list.
Yes, also that.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. The one thing I didn't say, you can get all the back episodes of the show at the website as well. You can download all of them there, because you can only download like 50 on iTunes.
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah, so.
And God damn it, there's 155?
155 is this one.
If you want to hear the classics.
Yeah.
Back when we sucked.
I don't know when that was.
Me neither.
Nothing but gold, sir.
Nothing but gold.
Woo! Because when you... Never mind. I'm not going to go into a Ric Flair thing there.
Good call. That's next week. Save it for next week.
Maybe. We'll see. All right. Well, on that note, I guess have beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty, everyone.
And go have a dirty Halo. Or two.
I think I'll choose a beer.
Yeah, me too. Until next time, we've been Salty Language.
It's a good out.
Not really.
Fine. Bamf.
Hi everyone, it's your friendly neighbourhood podcast voiceover lady, Rita Ramnani here. I'm here to tell you about some changes that have occurred regarding a couple of podcasts on the Barker Podcast Collection. Well, you may have noticed the Oddcast Podcast UK has changed its name. That's right, it will no longer be a mouthful to say, thank goodness, nor will it be the 500,000th show of that name on the internet. Instead, the show has taken on the name, wait for it, the Not Listening Podcast. Pretty simple. To coincide with the popular blog of the same name, the podcast has now become simply #NotListening. This doesn't actually affect the way you listen to the show, as it's still on the same feed and can still be found at barkerpodcast.webs.com. Also, the other show, It's Not Soccer, has integrated itself into the Not Listening podcast, meaning the same format will now be moved over to this show. Are you still with me? It's not that difficult, I swear. All this means is that if you want to keep listening to Adam and Billy, and I mean if, on It's Not Soccer, you'll have to subscribe and follow the Not Listening podcast. Show formats are staying the same, it's simply a new name. Much like Opal Fruits becoming Starburst, or Marathon Bars becoming Snickers. So there you go, a few changes to your favourite podcasts. Right, I'm off now, enjoy the rest of your day. God, seriously, does Adam really think a name change would improve this awful fucking show? Anyone?
You're listening to the Clutch and Wiggle Entertainment Radio Network on CWERadio.com, home to such shows as Aristocrats Radio, Broadcasting Under the Influence, The Courtesy Flush, The Clutch and Wiggle Experience, and my own show, The Radio Ghosts. Clutch and Wiggle Entertainment Radio, uncensored internet talk radio, sports, sex, political and entertainment news. Because what else would an immature adult want to listen to?